Timer.
6 D9.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Fates Foretold: Curse of Strahd, Terra. I am your game master, Jonathan Kenny, and these are the Forget-Me-Nots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're missing one today, but that's okay.
He's drunk in the corner.
He got plucked.
He got his new bottomless stein and is taking very well advantage of it. Speaking of, last time on Terra, the party, having successfully rescued the Martikovs from some kind of ritual that the forest folk of Barovia were planning, took the party back toward the winery. After a bit of discussion and argument among the Martikovs, they showed the Forget-Me-Nots a secret tunnel into the basement of the Wizard of Wines, and everyone got to spend a slightly tense and definitely not interrupted by nightmares sleep for most of them. Some of them spent a lot of time awake and busy. Ireena. In the morning, they woke up and were rewarded by the Martikovs with a number of things, but everyone was also granted an armband of the Raven, which allows them to understand ravens and also speak to them, and also serves as a badge of respect from the Martikovs. They then left the Wine of Wizards back through the secret tunnel, heading back to the wagon that Van Richten had left behind, as it would have been too much to fit through the tunnel, only to find both the donkey and the chicken that were remaining with the wagon to be slaughtered by what they eventually identified as a werewolf attack. The poor rat is having a meltdown because of their dead pet. But the party decided to push the wagon all the way to Krezk, which takes most of the day. And upon returning to the city of Krezk, village of Krezk, they learned that Krezk also had its fair share of unfortunate incidents the previous night, a werewolf having somehow broken into the town and killed one villager and wounded the daughter of the burgomaster of Krezk. Their attempt to rally reinforcements to take care of the forest folk at Yester Hill seems at a standstill, as the burgomaster seems unwilling to send anybody to reinforce the winery or take care of the forest folk until this current werewolf situation has been at least moderately dealt with. The party were then left to wander Krezk at their leisure, after being told that while there may be no tavern or inn in town, they might be able to find rooms up at the Abbey of St. Markovia up on the hill nearby. And that, dear watchers, is where we shall jump back in, with the Forget-Me-Nots leaving the Krezk Burgomaster's house leaving behind the burgomaster, his wife, and his injured daughter. What would you like to do?
Ashai is shivering.
I think you're all shivering a little bit as the snow begins to fall a little bit later in the evening here in Krezk.
Why are you blue?
Because it's snowing.
Okay. I live in Florida.
I got the TikTok lights, so we have mood lighting now.
Oh, man, we should all get TikTok lights. Anyway,
Not sponsored.
We go find
Aster's not
someplace to get warm clothes. I am
So
not.
I think
ready for
Chance
this.
would be somewhat used to this.
Also got fur, bestie.
I was gonna say, Ireena just kind of looks at you and is like, "Yes, but you have a coat already, naturally."
Well, how about this? We've had a pretty terrible last few days. Have at least a little bit of security with walls, don't we? What time of day is it?
It's late afternoon at this point. I think it
Oh.
took a lot of the day to get back to Krezk, considering you had to push the wagon rather than having a mule to push it for you.
There should still be some shops open. Why don't we go get ourselves some little treats, little warm clothing shopping treats, and then I guess drink somewhere.
I was gonna. Didn't Prospero just say that like the alcohol warms his body? So like,
I was about to say, I think this cold weather calls for some mead and some ale. That will definitely keep us warm, but of course we do need to stop for at least furs at this moment.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Well, yes,
It's
because you're
very
covered
nice
in fur,
for
but
you.
we are
My
not.
My tail's cold though.
Your tail's cold.
My
I will
tail's
knit you
cold.
a sleeve.
A sock.
Yes.
Tail sob.
Tail sock. Okay.
How funny would
let's
that
go.
be?
So funny.
I'm just gonna like drape a bedroll over, not Vina. Wrong campaign.
Master.
A
No,
No, it's shy. Just a whole bedroll.
Uh,
I don't have a cloak. It works. It should be some sort of warmth.
let
You
us
do that, and I walk up
walk
and I go,
faster.
"Okay, keep her warm."
No, okay, please stop touching me. Please.
Ireena's like, "Oh, are we doing like a group hug?
No!
Are we...
Shai walks faster.
I'll give you a hug if you want.
That
Did
is
you know
okay.
that penguins huddle for warmth? Talks about penguins for
The
the next 10
penguin.
minutes.
Reyna's gonna watch Chance put a bedroll over a shy and like instinctually take her cape off and put it over Ireena.
It's a competition.
Aren't you? I feel like you wear less than most of us.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, I'm fine. I just want to make sure you're warm.
She just kind of like looks at you like, Are
She's
you fine,
like
though?
starting to shake.
Sarah will stage whisper to Ireena. She's trying to be chivalry.
I get that. I understand that. Look
her
over
know
there,
her
and
names.
she looks at, points to it's not even like a real proper shop, but you can see like a small sign outside one of the buildings that says the Swift House, that you can see has a few coats like hanging up in the doorway.
Walk that direction.
Shall we?
All right, let's go.
Ireena like keeps Reyna's cloak over her, but it's just like kind of pushing you toward like let's get both of us some warm clothes.
Is a shy still wearing the bedroll? Is the question.
Yes.
For now.
Okay.
It's very awkwardly draped around her, but yeah, it's not really meant to be worn.
Beggars can't be choosers.
All right, you make your way into the Swift House, as it's called. It does seem to be mostly clothes and things. Some odd knickknacks and baubles here and there, but nothing beyond. It almost looks more like his house that he just happens to also like fix people's clothes in, and also makes clothes.
So Ridley's house.
I've seen your closets.
It's very clear that Krezk is a very closed-off village, and is not used to or welcoming of a lot of outside influence. So they don't have like a proper shop district like Vallaki does. But even in a small town, there's still, they have to have people that make clothes. They have to have people who make kettles and weapons. So there's a few people around that you can tell. As you walk in, you hear a voice come from behind a desk in the far side. It's like, yes, just a moment. I'll be right there. You see a rather short man come from around the counter, like maybe 5 foot tall. Yes, I know, Cork.
That's not short.
Not really that short. Yeah.
Watch your
It's in
mouth.
my family.
I know, we got so many shorties in this group.
I'm the shortest one in my family, and I'm 5'8".
Cork, what are you, like 4'8", right?
Eat my ass, David.
I'm
But
shorter than
I'm
her.
sure
You know that, right?
He is wearing like not fancy clothes. None of the clothing you've seen in Krezk on any of the Krezkites have been anything more than like utilitarian. It's Krezkite is the proper term, okay? Why is that the silly part?
Because it's
Not
funny.
not the short king wearing nice clothes. It's Krezkite. Okay.
Like Crisco. Or like Colgate.
I can't do anything with you, David. I can't do anything with you.
I win.
And he comes around. He has like a very broad smile on his face and says, "Oh goodness, you all look so very cold. We have to fix that right away. You're you're the burgomaster's guests, yes?
Yes,
Yes.
we will be
Small town,
help-
word gets around very quickly.
we'll be helping out however we can, but we need a little time to rest and resupply first.
Oh yes, of course, of course. Give me a moment. Let me get your measurements.
Can I just get a poncho, but like with pockets, like a lot of.
Yeah, I just want
Oh,
like a cloak or
Of
something.
course, I have something like that.
Yes.
He bustles
little-
around you all.
I assume like a kid's medium or something like that. Been around the block.
I think Aster is probably the only person in this group that he is taller than.
Hey yo.
Tallest chance.
5'4"ish, 5'5".
And
Tallest
Reyna's
Terra. I don't
tall.
remember. Yeah, Reyna's like 6'1".
Yeah, Aster's
6'4".
like a solid 4
6'4".
foot.
I'm 3'8",
Okay, Clara's 5'6". So average.
maybe.
He bustles around you all, and you guys can get some cold weather clothes. It's not difficult. We will say, give me just a second to look up how much clothes are.
100 gold.
I mean, yeah, just
Um,
some new clothes. Cause I think we're all still wearing the clothes that we died in.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
if you are just looking for stuff to augment your current look, that's just like winter over things, it would be 4 silver.
Yeah.
If you are looking for something a bit nicer, fine clothing would be 2 gold.
If
Just want
fucking outfit,
functional
baby.
clothing.
Your
and
fucking
4
outfit.
silver.
Pay 2 gold.
Each?
A really nice outfit is 2 gold, yeah.
I pay. What'd you say? 4 silver for just like furs.
4 silver for
Alright,
just
I-
winter clothing.
I paid 4
Right.
silvers.
As he's helping Clara get her outfit, she will ask him,
Do you by any chance happen to know where I could get some yarn? Like to knit
Oh.
when we have downtime.
I mean, I might have some in the back, but you might be better off going to Lady Kate's Emporium.
Of course, I will.
She's sort of the I guess you could call it the general store here in town, for lack of a better term.
That sounds reasonable to me. Thank you.
Clara gets the nice outfit.
Bougie Claire and the rest of us.
Chance just gets something that's probably not been buried in the ground for 10 years.
Listen,
Mhm.
Clara looks at the rest of the team and she's like,
I have not been in control for like a long time, and this is something I can control, so I am going to control it.
You look good.
If anyone is like wearing like really shitty clothing that they've want to get rid of, explorer's clothing is also 1 silver. If you want to just like replace your regular clothes as well.
Yeah.
Reyna's gonna take one. Not necessarily change right at the moment, but she'll take one. You said 1
Right.
silver?
1 silver for explorer's clothing. And those are the kind of clothes that, unless you're wearing armor, can also be enchanted with runes.
Oh, we have to put
Hmm.
our runes on.
But you all get your clothes, and Swift, as he says his name is, Taylor Swift.
Excuse
This
me?
is a-
You're
He's a-
joking.
He's a tailor. and
Yeah,
his last
go!
name is Swift.
No!
Jonathan!
Go away!
"Oh,
Hold on, I gotta
Tomato.
I gotta make a song. Hold up, I gotta pick a song to quote.
And
Fuck.
that
the
you would
song.
do no songs.
Bad Blood.
And he lets you all leave.
This poncho's really roomy.
Can fit a lot of snacks in there.
I already
Shy
put a lot of
hands
things.
the bedroll back to Chance.
Chance will take it back.
Thank you.
Reyna got like a pelt that like crosses in the front, just to like warm her upper body.
Mm-hmm.
What
Shy
kind
Gotta show off the
just,
guns, though.
just layered a bunch
Exactly.
of stuff on top of her existing clothes.
All right.
I don't
Where
wanna
to
think
from here, y'all?
what our old clothes smell like. I'm sure it's lovely.
Yeah, is there a bathhouse?
Should we
I mean, we
clean?
did it.
Go
I
look
feel
for a
Listen.
bathhouse.
stinky.
They didn't decay. The bad smell of a grave is the decay. Grave dirt itself just smells like dirt.
I'm
Well,
not talking
I
about it. We
think-
have been fighting all kinds of things, covered in blood, blown up. You died.
Reyna goes, oh.
I think Clara was looking for some place to buy yarn, though.
Could get some general supplies too, just to make it a little. Okay, Ziggy. Okay.
Whoa, where's your cat going?
Ziggy just suddenly jumps on top of Clara's head.
within the cloak."
I'm gonna hand Guildenstern over to Aster. Just let him hold him.
I put Guildenstern in one of my many pockets of my poncho.
Perhaps we could, if we go to the general store, we can find some things to make staying on the road a little more comfortable.
Let's.
So you make your way to Lady Kate's Emporium, which also looks more like someone's house that they also have like a small storefront in front of, rather than a proper store.
Very West Virginia.
Yeah.
Mountain Mama. Sorry.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
That's sponsored.
You see a front that is like, there's no rhyme or reason to what's in here. it is just absolute chaos of anything that looks like she could get her hands on, or that people didn't want anymore, or that she just happened to come across, or people left with her. Who knows? But there is just absolute all kinds of nonsense in here. And you see a woman in a rocking chair, older lady, gray hair, dark skin, currently knitting, who looks up at you as you all enter. Are we done?
That is a wonderful. I'll look back and think. Oh my god.
You just see Ireena and
Naked.
Aster. She looks up and says, "Oh, well. What do you want?"
Chance is looking at everything.
I.
She's not even looking at her knitting, but it's still going in her hands.
Spec.
Yep. Do you have any apple juice? Apple juice here? I'm thirsty.
We were just here to. We heard
Might
you
have
with
some
the
apple juice in the back.
general store.
I like the apple
We're
juice.
just passing by. We wanted to stop and replenish some supplies.
All right. Well, take a look around. There's plenty around. If you find anything, just let me know what you want, and I'll tell you how much it is. You don't need me to hold your hand, do you?
Nope.
Perfect. I'm gonna go see if we have some apple juice. Stands up, still knitting, and walks into the back.
It's 5 silver pieces for a duck.
I rolled an 11. It's not great.
For what?
Chance has a problem, remember?
Oh, right. I don't think that's anything quite yet.
Okay.
Guys, it's 40 gold for an axolotl.
What are you talking
A
about?
low
I'm
price.
looking.
Are you literally just looking at the prices?
Yeah,
for
40
animals?
gold for an axolotl.
Why would there be an axolotl in Barovia? Who knows? But it exists in the world of
I
Pathfinder.
mean, they
and I
like
thought it
cold
was-
water, so I guess I could see them.
This is
surviving in
probably like asking if there's tattoo ink at a CVS, but like.
I mean, you could find tattoo ink at a sea. You don't want to know
I
where it came
mean-
from.
Yeah. It's a, if let me look in the back and they have some tattoo ink, you're not going to ask where it came from.
Is there any?
If it is your level or less, she has it.
Okay.
By divine
Stacked.
providence, she has anything that you're looking for that is your level or less.
Okay.
So does she have an old watch lost to the ages?
I would love a bag of holding if we could find one, but I doubt it in this place.
Oh, I know. I have that on the list. Bag of holding. Does this lady have any oils?
If it is your level or lower, she has it.
There you
I
go.
don't know how clear I can make that. And if it's common. If it's uncommon or rare, let me
Oh,
know
okay.
if you're looking for it
That
specifically.
one actually.
What about
Okay.
Yeah.
Only ask me if it's uncommon. If it's common and your level or lower, she has it, you can just buy it.
She's
So-
stacked with goods.
On my list, I have a bag of holding or sleeves of storage, and I would prefer the sleeves of storage.
Those are cool. I like those.
Yeah, she has lesser sleeves of storage.
Yes, please.
I would like to
Um,
get.
So for what you guys can do, for anyone watching, please forgive the technical aspect, but you can go to your inventory, go to any of the sections, like weapons, armor, go to the open browser, the little magnifying glass next to it, and it pops open the whole compendium.
Can you
whatever
buy them from
item-
the thing?
Yes, you can. Whatever item you're looking at, there is on the far right a stack of coins, and if you hover over it, it says buy item. You can just press that. It'll deduct the money from your character sheet and put it in your inventory.
Oh my god! You see Aster book it down the aisleways.
Clara, after she finds a couple skeins of yarn in a few colors,
Oh, those are cheap.
she'll
Sweet.
she'll go and look at some staves.
Aster comes back with Katarina, and they both have apple juice.
Chugging.
It says select at least one token to try and buy
you,
it.
your character token doesn't need to be.
Bag of holdings are common, Ridley.
Yep.
So is
So it is
sleeves of
sleeves of
storage.
storage.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm getting a bag of holding.
Okay, I'm gonna get sleeves of storage. We are gonna still.
I got like a fun satchel.
No.
Like,
I'm trying to click on buy staff of healing, but it says select at least one
Right.
token.
Your tokens are now on the map, so you can
Thank you.
select your token.
Oh, bet. Let me
Oh,
find it, Clara.
I fucked up.
Done. Sweet.
At the
Alright.
bottom. Just under Mount Gakis.
Mount, huh?
Mount Gakis.
Gok?
Mount
Mount
khakis.
Mount Khakis?
Yeah.
Suddenly a meteor falls from the sky.
Oh,
And it
no.
explodes Aster.
Guess what?
Um,
I flipped the coin and it was evil DM.
Oh no!
I pick up a vial of something and I point it to. I walk over with it to everybody and I go, guys, I think we can use this nectar to like fix the winery vats if we get enough of it.
Oh, that'll be good.
How much do you
Um,
think we need?
A lot.
It depends on the spell, because it's like a first level purify food and drink.
Yeah, a
But
lot.
if I get a bunch of it,
Can we get like it kind of the same way with Prosperos mug if we just had that name thing of it?
oh, that would be so cool. Can we wholesale
Unfortunately,
it?
when whatever is in the bottomless stein leaves the stein, it disappears unless it is drunk immediately.
I have a question about the tattoos. Would I pay for it now or like when I give somebody a tattoo?
You buy, like, let's just say for simplicity's sake that you have to retroactively buy it when you actually like make the tattoo. So you don't necessarily have to track how much ink you have specifically or anything like that.
Okay.
But you can find in one corner there's this little book filled with all kinds of designs for magical tattoos.
I'm just copying them down somewhere.
As long as you're paying for them, Katarina doesn't mind.
Irena's gonna walk over and look over your shoulder.
Can't buy these oils. Can I ask her for if she have any life boosting oils? They're like fast healing oils. They're uncommon. That's what I'm asking.
Life boosting oil?
Yeah.
I will say she has just one of those.
Okay, I'm gonna buy it.
Okay.
Can I help you, Reina?
I was just looking.
There's an armor rune called a shadow rune that makes it your clothing black and spooky and gives you bonus to stealth, but it's level 5, so
We
that
have
can
one
wait.
of those.
I have one.
Fuck yeah!
The
that was just
Martikov gave you one.
so goddamn funny. Spook on spook on spook on spook.
Ireena's just kind of looking over at Reina and the Shy. A little curious, but doesn't want to, like, interrupt them.
Are you interested in tattoos?
I may be. Is that what this is?
Yes.
What kind of tattoos?
There are many kinds.
Some tattoos can be magic, can't they?
These ones I am looking at are magic, yes.
I'm gonna spend all my money here.
I know. I'm all cashing out over here. Like...
Use it or lose it, bestie.
What it's there for.
She's gonna like flip the pages until she sees like a flower and then point to it and be like, that one's nice.
Oh,
This
heart
one's not
flower
showing up.
tattoos. The bewitching blooms, aren't they called?
Yes.
Oh, it's because you moved the map,
Um,
you dingus.
If
Oh shit, you're right. I'm sorry.
if you
I was like, I can't buy anymore.
later, I can give you
Thank you.
one.
Is that an offer?
Yes.
All right, I'll take you up on it. She's gonna smirk and then just walk away, look at something else.
Of course. Meanwhile, you just see Aster in the corner, just like grabbing all kinds of shit
Oh,
off
a
of
chance
the...
is right next to him doing the
Yeah.
same thing.
just everything, just like sweeping it off of the shelves into a
Aster.
I'm
bag.
like, ooh.
Chance, let's pace ourselves. We don't need to buy this entire store. Clear it
Why
out of
not?
his inventory. You need coin. You can't just spend it all here.
Ooh.
But I have a lot. I've never actually.
mean,
You know what?
I'm not
I've
going to
never
complain
had-
if you spend all your coin here.
I've never had this much coin in my life. So. Yeah, I want this one too. Ka-ching! There was something that I saw. Hold on.
What does Reina have to do to get that tattoo? Should she purchase the design?
Ashai will purchase the design, and then she can craft it onto someone,
Okay.
essentially.
I found the most unnecessary and extra magic item.
That means it's even more necessary.
Wand of the Pampered Pet.
Perfect.
You can cast Pet Cash, but the accommodations inside the space are luxurious and spacious. The
Good.
food is delicious gourmet cuisine. Habitat is the perfect temperature. And there's a comfortable bed.
I'm just imagining Ziggy in like one of those vertical playgrounds with all of the things on the wall.
I'm sorry, I'm making too much noise. I'm making too much noise. I'm sorry.
Is
I know.
I know
Not-
you all are going purchase crazy, but
Not buying it, but it's funny.
Right.
I like to read out the funny equipment because we're playing pretend.
are you guys mostly good?
I
Uh,
only really
Gilbert,
wanted to.
I can always come back, I guess.
I'm good.
I walk up to the store
you can
owner
also
lady.
like retroactively.
Aster walks out like this.
No, you have a bag of holding. Just put everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
Is there like a bathhouse or something?
Speak out. Speak up. I can't hear you.
Is there like a bathhouse or something?
Oh, yes.
In
There's
town.
yes, there is. There's an offshoot from the Blessed Pool that is heated, and there's an open bathhouse around there.
Thank you. Walk
Why
outside.
do you not look? You don't look as happy about that as you seemed to want to be.
Reina chimes in. She goes, "She's not religious."
Well, the bathhouse isn't blessed or anything. It's just they come from like the same. The Blessed Pool and the bathhouse come from like the same source of water, but the Blessed Pool, whatever, is localized to that particular pool.
Ziggy,
It's
what
more
are you
it's
doing
more
over
that
there?
it's more that section of the water is blessed rather than the water itself. Does that make sense?
That sounds better, yes.
She kind of gives you like a very suspicious look. It's like, why does it matter?
Is a
As she said,
complicated
I am not
relationship with
religious.
gods. Not everybody can be like
Make a
you, you know?
deception check.
Oh
Can I
man.
assist? Can I assist?
You can make an aid check if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just a d20.
Does she buy stuff?
It's whatever check you're making to
Doesn't-
give her a bonus essentially. The DC is 20. Whatever it is that you're doing to help her. It sounds like you're also trying to deceive. Or you could say it's diplomacy because you're being like, it's complicated, which is true, you know.
Yeah, I'll do
Trying to
diplomacy.
smooth things over. Okay.
Hey, DM.
Yo.
Could I get the holy steam ball?
I'll look at it in a second.
does it give
So
me, plus
that
one?
is your train, so it's a +2.
Ooh,
An aid is a +2 at train,
20.
right? I think.
I didn't
Yeah,
say
it's
any
+2,
lies.
and then it's +3, and then it's +4 when you're mastering. So
I just said you have a complicated relationship with religion, and not everybody
is
can
true.
be like me, the cleric.
and she like gives a really close look, like it's really close to you, and then pulls back and says, "Well, yes, we've all had our own troubles with the Morning Lord and Mother Night, and well, I can understand."
Overnight?
Oh yes, Mother Night. So when you have someone like the Morning Lord, there's always someone that's the opposite of the light, the darkness that resides in the light. That's what Mother Night is.
She sounds
She's not
pleasant.
she's not an evil deity.
Oh.
She's just a quiet one that lurks in the shadows on the fringes of society.
She sounds lovely. Do you know if there would be a shrine or a temple I could visit to honor her?
Not here in Krezk, dearie. The abbey is very dedicated to the Morning Lord.
Perhaps I can engage in private prayer. But it is nice to know there is admiration for beings like me.
She just gestures to all of her.
This. Well, I wish you the best of luck in that, and I hope she answers your prayers.
Thank you
though
for
she
your help,
hasn't answered
Grandmother.
mine. Of course.
Well-
Anytime you want to spend more money, please come back. I'll be drinking well tonight. Yes, so Katarina will.
Thanks for letting me spend money
I love
here.
her. I love her. I love her. I love her. I love her.
I have two uncommon
Sits-
ones.
Sits back
Okay.
down in her rocking chair and keeps knitting.
I love a rocking chair.
What are you looking at again? Sorry.
I'm looking at the holy steam ball and the wardrobe stone. Since we are, like completely banned from Vallaki at this point for the wardrobe stone.
Holy steam ball. There are no holy steam balls here.
Okay.
And what's the other one?
Wardrobe stone.
Mm,
And the
Okay, that's
goodness
it, I'm done.
gracious, it's a
I'm
that
done.
wardrobe.
is the most ridiculous item ever.
What
and I
is
love
it? Tell me all about
Um,
it.
It's my mind palace of a wardrobe.
Yeah, sure. She's got one of those.
Sweet.
Crunch.
Do you want me to tell you what I got, or do you not care?
Later.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna tell that party anyway. So
I'm gonna mute for the
that's
crunch.
fine. All right. So you all leave the Emporium, pockets full to bursting,
Or sleeves and bags of holding
or
knives.
sleeves in this case.
Well, I'm gonna head straight to the bathhouse because I feel
Yes,
like I need it.
It sounds like a wonderful idea.
Do not smell the best.
So looks like we'll all be going then. Sounds like a fun time.
I'm a lot more matted than I usually am. It's not like my favorite.
Getting hot and wet and naked is a wonderful way to bond.
Huh?
Ireena just kind of nods and then realizes what you said, and then just kind of like face faults, like,
What are you talking about? Everything I said was completely literal.
it's just a very interesting way to put it.
What? Do you wear clothes in the bath?
No. You are absolutely right. Ireena is blushing.
We all know Reina looks good. You don't have to be embarrassed about that.
Yes, I know.
Rada's gonna turn around at Clara and wink at her.
It's the this way, and Ireena starts walking to the north of the town.
Clara has no time for subtlety. She's busy.
You head to the north part of the town. On your way to, as you did get directions to the bathhouse, you do pass by the holy pool that was mentioned. That even under gray skies, you can see this pool at the north end of the village shimmers and sparkles. Near its shore sits an old gazebo on the verge of collapse. A wooden statue of a mournful, bare-chested man, its paint chipped and faded, stands in the gazebo with arms outstretched as though waiting to be embraced.
I recognize the naked guy.
Go ahead and make me a religion check.
Hey, I know how to do that.
I sure hope so. Yeah, that's enough, I think. You get the sense of it more from the positioning of the statue more than any part of it that's still standing, because it is, has clearly been open to the elements for quite some time. The depiction and the way it's faced toward the east with its arms outstretched as though welcoming the dawn lets you think that this is a dilapidated statue of the Morning Lord in this gazebo.
I wonder why it's in such disrepair. No, we are all tired right now, but I think I would like to come back here perhaps in the morning and see what this sacred pool business is all about. Something doesn't sit right with me.
I mean, they don't exactly get mourning here, so they've probably just forsaken it.
I have an entire abbey dedicated to the Morning Lord, and everybody has holy symbols of him. So it's just, I don't know, something. I just want to go to the pool tomorrow, okay?
Past the
Put
pool.
it on the to-do list.
Past the pool, you can see steam rising from behind a set of wooden walls.
Walking.
You see there's a small counter with a woman behind it who's kind of looks at you all with a kind of glassy-eyed look almost, and just kind of gestures to a door nearby, and says, "The bathhouse is open. You'll find some cubbies that you can put your belongings in."
Walk
There
right
are
in.
towels as well.
Chance is looking a little apprehensive.
Robin, you were muted if you were trying to say something. I wasn't sure.
Turned off my mic for the celery crunch because it was so much louder than I thought it was.
Ma'am, what would we owe you for usage?
Oh, nothing. The bathhouse is open for all Krezkians.
Thank you. And I guess we follow Aster into the bathhouse.
Yeah.
Lara, before you go, can I ask you to make me a perception check? This is a sense motive. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You
Find your
can't
tablet.
attack us in the bathhouse. It's
Blind.
illegal. We're naked.
They might not have to. This village is...
I'm gonna whisper you something, and the rest of you can talk amongst yourselves.
Let us take a bath!
While you guys are all getting undressed, Aster goes, "Look, I found this little statue of a dog."
Oh, I found one of a cat, and I'll hold it.
Oh, wow. Also, I got myself new goggles. Check it out.
What do they do?
They're for tracking.
Ashai is getting butt-ass naked.
I'm
We're
looking
not
with the
in the...
goggles,
We have
and I
not
go,
decided to go
"Oh,
into
no."
the bathhouse yet.
Ashai
Right?
walked in.
Okay.
She did say she walked in immediately, and if you guys are following her, she's like immediately like she's already half naked.
Chance
like,
of staying away from the water.
Reyna's going to actively watch a shy get undressed.
Wait,
You're
is
talking about the
Ireena with
goggles.
us?
And
Yup.
then
Irena's there.
I look at Reyna, and then I follow her line of eyesight, and I go, "Oh,
I think Ireena is also looking, but then like looks at Reyna and is just like nudges her.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, I was looking too, but it's kind of rude, right?
Okay,
Right.
How many tattoos does she have?
All down her back and arms. All down her right leg, which is usually covered, so you guys haven't seen that before. And some on her left leg that is mostly not tattooed. And going between her boobs. On her chest and up her neck. Very tatted.
I'm gonna do it." Aster like does a double take because he sees you and is like, "Ah, respect women," and then he's like, "What does that say?" Like immediately gone. And he like puts his goggles up and he runs up and he's like, "What language is that in? What is all that?"
It is not.
I'm like pointing at her leg. I'm not really like paying attention to the fact that her tits are out. I'm like, all the way down there. Like, this is really intricate.
As the others are going into the bath, Clara hangs back for a moment and she just studies woman at the counter for a moment. Not quite sure what she's looking for, but
She doesn't even really react too terribly much to you. If you stay there for like too long, she kind of looks at you and she just says like, "Is there something wrong? Do you need extra towels or?"
No, no, everything's fine.
she will walk forward into following the others.
She
Aster,
just shrugs and lets you walk in. And you walk into this scene of Aster just like reading intently Ashai's butt, essentially.
not my butt, but I think the rest
Yeah,
of the
remember
tattoos
that.
are just designs. The leg is all text that none of you can read.
This is old. This isn't. I mean, I guess I'm not from where you're from, but this looks like it's been here for a while.
I told you I am from a very long time ago. It's when I died. I
guess,
assume
yeah,
this is
it's been
probably a
thousands of
dead
years.
language now. Nobody can read it.
Even though she like nudged Reyna, Ireena is now like has her head like completely turned sideways, like trying to read the text.
Can I try to? Maybe not now's the best time, but do you think I can try to read it and figure it out? I'm figuring out the. I take out the book from the bag. I'm figuring out the book.
What about what does that one say? And she points to a line of text that to the rest of you looks like it could be numbers, possibly.
It's private.
Sure is.
Sorry. I'm sorry, I was just curious, but we don't. And Ireena just sort of awkwardly starts undressing herself.
Same with Reyna, but she is not getting naked.
I can't hear you, Robin.
Who, me?
Robin.
No, Robin's trying to
Robin.
Need to stop eating celery during game.
Probably.
Ireena's like 90% undressed and looks around and is like, are we supposed to get all the way? Like,
Poor Ireena.
just like points at a shy who is butt ass naked.
I think
Clara's
it's up to
already
you.
butt ass naked in the water.
Oh God! Why is everybody naked?
We are in a bath!
Chance is probably like
Aster's
20
fully
feet
clothed.
away from the water. Like, she's just absolutely not with the water.
Reyna's
Even
gonna.
then, like the steam in the air, you can feel just like the water in the air starting to like hit you as well.
I'm
Do you bathe
Bleh.
with your? Do you bathe with your clothes on? Come on.
She has a point, and Ireena finishes, just pulls it all off.
Okay, Reyna is gonna just stop for a second and just fucking stand there and clear her head because there are 3 naked women in front of her and she is
I know,
not
right?
okay.
So one of them you already saw last
She's
night.
gonna turn around and
It's true.
look at the fucking wall for a second.
Did she just change color? I think she like completely went red over there.
Shut up.
So look at Aster.
It's a human thing, don't worry.
Aster's still looking at Ashai for a response.
I
Irena's
don't
face
think
is
this
just
is something
completely
you
red.
can read.
I think I could do it. I think I can figure it out.
He's going to.
She walks
study your
away.
ass.
Wait, maybe later? Please?
We walk into their room and he's butt ass naked. He's-
Ireena, even with like her completely red face, has enough sense to say like, well, I bet Prospero wishes he was here right now.
Do we
I don't
leave
know.
him in
Would
a
we want to
ditch or
look at
something?
Prospero naked?
I think he's like.
You know, that's a
on the
very good
street.
point. Maybe it's best
Think
he's not here.
He might contaminate the bath.
Oh, you know what? I think he passed out in the cart.
Yeah,
think that's what
he's
it's
with Rictavio.
After Reyna gathers herself, she's gonna walk back over to the bath and start unwrapping her top, just getting naked as well, I guess.
Once a shy gets into the water, there is like,
Her hair is rather tangled. Would you like some help with it?
What is wrong with my hair? It's not that tangled.
I think she's just trying to be nice, Ashai.
Oh. Okay, yes, I would like help with my hair.
Claire just she gets a comb and she just starts going.
Sometimes it is easier to be close to people through actions rather than words, and I seem to prefer action.
I suppose so. She's just sitting there stiff as a board.
Ireena is like in the deep end of the pool, and you can only like see the tip of her nose and eyes.
Oh.
Even like her forehead is red with blush.
It's also hot.
Reyna's gonna start bathing herself, I guess.
I guess. You all get nice and clean.
Everybody goes to the baths, and then Aster's kind of like left alone.
Chance is right there with you because she is
Oh, thank
not
God,
going in the water.
Well, he looks at you, Chance, and he's like, I need to go take a bath, but like I don't want to go alone, but I know it's weird. I'm not asking Prospero.
There's not like separate baths. It's just one.
Oh, it's not like
open-
male, female.
Yeah, no. It's just
Ah.
one.
Ah,
open
thank God.
bath.
Okay, never mind. We don't have to deal with that. I just like awkwardly in a corner. I'm like, just kind of like hodl over and like just in the water. Like I want to be next to my party, but I'm like,
We're also naked.
yeah, but you guys are all naked, and I'm just sitting here in the water like this.
Ireena floats over to Aster and just kind of like pokes him in the shoulder and is like, relax. It's a hot bath. Let it relax you. That's why we're here. We've had a shitty few days. Just
He like starts to float.
all right. Well, that's certainly. It doesn't look very relaxed, but you know what? It's a start. It's
Like that baby with the tube around its neck.
You know what? That's you. She is just at a loss for words. He just eventually just gives like a thumbs up.
He does
Know that-
eventually like relax, but then he just kind of starfishes and he's floating down. Like his head's down in the water, but he's just like,
You know that old vine of the seal that's just like going in circles with the little silly music?
yeah.
Yeah.
Just give him a little instrument, and I'll be like,
Find you a flute.
Yeah.
Reyna's gonna do that thing where she goes underwater to like wash her hair and then come up and like do like the comb back of her hair to impress every
please.
single naked woman in this fucking pool.
It works.
Make a performance check.
Do you need to? I think it just works.
I still want to see it. 'Cause...
Yeah. I mean, I've been doing my knitting checks. You do a performance. You do a
Yeah.
horny check.
Give me a horny check. So horny. Just it's like out of a damn magazine. You just all like Reyna's. You can see her like psyching herself up for it from the second beforehand, and you just see her. There's just a spray of water droplets that burst through the air. It's the moment from The Little Mermaid where she breaks through the ocean.
If anyone makes eye contact with her at this point,
Ireena is just eyes wide open, watching.
A shy staring.
she's gonna wink at a shy, and then swim over to Ireena.
You just see her like sink beneath the rest of her just sink beneath the surface, and you just see bubbles.
Oh, stop! She's already dead.
I was going to give Reyna a tattoo at some point. Is that something you might be interested in, Clara?
Me? Maybe. Can't really wear armor as I am, so perhaps it would be useful. I'm not sure, but
You don't have
think
to.
they are
It's
beautiful.
just offering.
I think they are beautiful. Thank you.
While all of this is happening, Chance is gonna go to the front and ask the lady if she has a washcloth that she can just like get wet and like try to like wipe herself off.
There's towels in there in the cubbies.
No, specifically a moist towelette, Jonathan. Come on.
Warmed.
Tinted,
In her
preferably
microwave.
warm. What? Yeah.
She just like blinks a couple times and then just like, there's towels in the cubbies.
I'm gonna like wave my hand in front of her face.
She reacts just like, yes? Can I help you?
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Do I know anything about the town of Krezk, having lived near it?
You can make a society check.
Okay.
We live in a...
Society.
Thank you, everyone. Not sponsored. We'll be here all week.
I wish we could be here all week.
Oh, God. Only.
I would move to
Imagine.
Barovia if I could. I would. I'm gonna say it.
That's the worst.
Absolutely
I
Actually,
would.
not.
I'm gonna say it right now. I
I'd rather
would.
live in the world of
I
Witchlight.
should've
Sorry.
been- sorry,
Yeah,
sorry,
that's
Should I
true.
roll it again?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
The Feywild is way more fun than Barovia for sure.
Absolutely. I might die
One day
anyway.
I will
Um,
live in Lothard.
You were very sheltered in your upbringing with the forest folk. Krezk is their main claim to fame, for lack of a better term, is the abbey and the pool. You know that it's a closed off place just as much as the forest folk are closed off, and they have the abbey, and so there's an aura of good that hangs around the place. That's beyond that, not really. You don't know much about Krezk. You never went there before you died, and the forest folk never really talked about it, so
Okay.
you know it has an abbey and that they are typical Barovians who worship the Morning Lord.
Alright, I'll go back in and find me a washcloth and just kind of dip it in the water. And go find like a secluded corner if there is one and start just like taking pieces off so I can wash myself.
Reyna's gonna start washing her clothes as well.
Aster's gonna, once he's done awkwardly floating and like kind of adjust socially to the situation, is gonna like little swim over to Clara and be like, Can you help me?
What
Like
is it?
clean.
Oh, yeah, the little mats? Sure,
Yeah. Thank you.
it's okay.
He probably finished with Shy by that point.
We came from a pretty small town, so we had communal baths. It was easier. I'm used to things like this.
I trust you. Also, is it awkward if I ask for like a haircut?
I can't promise it will be a good one, but I can try, I guess. I have pretty steady hands.
I'm
He
just
comes out
kinda-
looking like a poodle.
Oh god.
You turn into a square. You know those poodles that are just squares?
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Listen, I'm gonna roll a crafting check on Aster's haircut.
I am
Oh, no.
Squester.
Oh no.
Oh, hey.
It's a 27. You look hot.
Just
He does.
the emo hair is gone, and now it's just like stud
Well,
muffin
okay.
Aster.
About that, when you take the time to like be up and close to Aster's face, you notice that he's always had a bunch of hair like over one side of his face. It's been like, it's like, you know,
Yeah.
angsty teen. But as you go to like comb and like cut his hair, you notice that by where the part his eye, like where the hair that covers his eye, the fur is like stark white. And the eye that you see that is covered is blood red. Like the whole eye.
Would you like to keep this hidden?
Maybe. Yeah. Can you do that for me?
Can. It's okay.
It's kind of always been like this.
Does it hurt you?
No. But sometimes it feels like my vision gets a little weird through that eye specifically, and I don't know why. Not much
You were-
else.
You were born with it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, all the people I grew up with came out a little different from the rest of society, so you don't have I don't think it's anything to be self-conscious of. But if it will make you feel better, I will not tell the others.
Okay. Thank you.
How can I ask? Like, you said that your vision gets odd. How so?
Sometimes I feel like I have like a... What's the term? Like a deja vu moment? Like I feel like I see something, and then like I just kind of, it doesn't really register, and then like I see something actually happen, and I'm like, didn't I just see that? It doesn't happen often. It just...
Could be a form of foresight. You know,
don't know.
a little bit of vision of possibility, or what could have been the future.
My caretaker's never really said anything about it.
Well,
Aster's eating the cucumbers that you're supposed to put on your eyes.
Cucumbers are good.
They're very good.
well, if it ever I find that when I can't quite make sense of things, it helps to take a quiet moment, sit, meditate a little bit, think of what happened, how it made you feel, and where you want to go with the feeling from there.
I could do that. Though I don't really know what I'm gonna be thinking about, because it's kind of always been there.
Well, sometimes the things we take for granted aren't necessarily bad, but can mean different things than we are accustomed to.
You're right.
It's a part of you. If
Mhm.
if you don't want to look into it, then don't. But if you would like, I will help you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Do you want a cucumber?
Okay.
Okay.
She'll give him a little kiss on the head.
Ireena kind of like puts up a finger, like, I think you're supposed to not eat. Never mind.
These taste kind of funny. A weird aftertaste.
I think they are meant to soothe inflammation and puffiness around the eyes, but with your fur, you can't really see it as much. I think it is more for skin people. I mean, you have skin, but you know.
I don't think I've ever referred to them as the skin people. Is that what I'm
I
supposed
was
to be
like-
saying?
No, absolutely not. That was a very, very bad phrase. But like, we have three kind of human-looking people, but I'm not human, and Ashai is very not human. But you know what I meant. The people who don't have fur. I don't know.
Wait, what is your line of heritage?
Well, several generations back, most of my people were human, but I'm called a fletchling. Larian was a world ravaged by war, and there were refugees who had nowhere else to go, so they prayed for a way out, and a deity answered their call, and they made their home in the Shadow Plane for several generations, and the planes touch people. Humans are meant to live in the prime material plane, so when you live outside of it, it changes you. My mother, when she was a very young toddler, her parents, my grandparents, decided to try return to the homeland. But of course, we are still touched by the shadow plane. That's why I can be all sneaky.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. And it's also really interesting to hear about, like, the places where other people live. Because I think we kind of have a shadow plane, but also the only thing I really know about it is that elves that come from the shadow fell, I think it's referred to as. And those are different kind of elves. There's a lot of elves where we come from. A lot of different. It's like space elves and fire elves and
Xandria,
pretty
right?
elves. Yeah.
Well, like I was saying, source magic and the plane you are residing on, places affect you. And you know how I had that weird dream, that vision the other night?
I don't think you said that much about it though.
I think the curse on Barovia is affecting the people in a way we haven't quite noticed yet.
What do you mean?
Did you see how hollow a woman's eyes were at the counter?
No, I was kind of looking at Ashai's tattoos.
That's fair. Some people here, their eyes are empty. Don't know what the people here are missing, but I want to find a way to make this land whole again. It wouldn't sit right with me if we found a way out and left things as they were.
I just, what is this, like, curse? Because, like, we were told about a prophecy, and then some people have something out for Strahda, and then some of us like Strahda, But now there's like stuff I'm hearing about in the book about winds, and then there's curses, and there's a lot going on here.
I think between the two of us, we can agree that Strahda is not exactly a benevolent being, yeah?
Agreed.
And everybody's been saying she is the land. She is Barovia.
But why?
I think whatever she is, whatever grief or anger or longing that is within her, I think it is affecting the land and its people. I don't know how, but
I mean,
I
from
think-
her book, it sounds like she really wants a family, but also she really hates her dad. So I don't know, maybe there's that longing there.
never knew my father. It's a harsh world. He was gone before I was old enough to remember, but I mean,
Yeah. Parents, so
grief and longing, they're powerful things. And with a being as old as she is, it's no doubt become twisted.
what year did Ireena say it was? Reyna's still in the bathroom, assuming. Ireena.
I don't know, DM.
7:35. It is right now.
7:35. The last date that I saw in the book was 349.
Jeez.
An old fucking book.
She's a very long-standing individual. So whatever influence she's had on this land has been hundreds of years in the making.
And vampirism doesn't come from it doesn't come from nothing. She had to become, something had to happen to Strahda to make her what she was. I think if we can find that inciting incident, if we can discover how or why she became what she is, we might be able to learn more about what's happening in Barovia and how all of this magic is working.
Yeah, I guess that means I should probably look into the book more.
I can
See
try
what
to
other
help. I
things-
can't promise I'll be good at it, but
That's okay. We can all try together.
for tonight, we can relax.
Or I guess they said they wanted to consume copious amounts of alcohol.
It is the way some people like to relax.
Okay.
It's something my mother said once. You can't give out more than you put in, so we have to take care of ourselves first before we try to take care of anything else. So I think a night of rest will be important.
So my caretaker used to tell me too. And other like metaphors and analogies, but same message.
It's an important lesson to learn.
I agree.
I think Ireena has been sitting next to Ireena this whole time, really, really closely, just like half an inch between them. I'm still like 90% under the water, and eventually kind of like closes the distance and like nudges your shoulder with hers, and just like gestures over to Clara and Asta and just says, "Wonder what they're talking about."
Reyna, like, is doing that thing where she's, like, like this on the side of the pool, just like her body just like floating behind her, like just completely trying to relax. And she looks over and she looks back. She's like, I don't know. Why? Did you hear something?
Curious. No. Just curious. Been talking for a while.
Really? I haven't even noticed.
Well, I think you really needed to relax, and you're doing a very good job of it.
I think so too.
I'll let
Are you
get
feeling
back to it.
relaxed?
I'm a little tense, but yes.
Ireena, you did not have to get naked.
It seemed like the thing to do, and I didn't want to be the odd one out, so it's fine.
As long as you feel comfortable.
I don't feel uncomfortable. It's just a little outside of my area of expertise. Clara said that she's used to this kind of thing, but I certainly am not.
Well, I guess not all of us had a private bathhouse growing up, so...
Fair point. I was lucky in that sense, being the daughter of the burgomaster, and you see her eyes kind of fall for a second, remembering everything that happened in Barovia. Being the daughter of the burgomaster, you had access to certain quality of life things that most people don't. Especially a little town like Barovia.
Reyna's gonna notice her mood change and, like, come out of her relaxed state and, like, turn around and just be like, are you doing all right? It's been an absolute whirlwind from your house to everywhere, here to Krezk. I can't imagine what you're going through. Have you ever seen this much action before in your life?
Decidedly not. I certainly fantasized about it to a certain extent. You know, the little stories about heroes going out and doing good in the world. It's not something that a lot of people really think about in a place like Barovia. But I couldn't help it, and well, if I hadn't been a little out there compared to all of our neighbors, then I wouldn't have stumbled across you all before you got eaten by ghouls. So
That is true. So, then, you know how to fight, or you did before meeting us?
my father taught me swordplay to a certain extent. He certainly said that I picked it up quicker than my brother.
I'm sure you teased him about that.
Relentlessly. I do wonder how Ismark is doing.
I hope he's doing well.
Well, we took care of... I hope we took care of the vampire problem in Barovia before we left, so...
Can I ask you something?
Of course, love.
During our last fight, I happened to notice that Claire was down. You walked over to her, and she was suddenly back up again.
Oh.
What happened? Did you do something to her?
I guess I did. I don't know what I did, but... And she kind of, like, looks at her hands, and she pulls them out of the water, and then just, like, puts them forward like she's trying to cast a spell or do something. Nothing happens. But she just, like, looks at her hands and... I don't know. I just... Clara was unconscious, and she was dying, and I didn't want her to die, and I don't know what happened. I just healed her.
That's never happened before? You've never been able to... I don't know, it looked magical to me. From a distance,
was
anyways.
Definitely some kind of magic, but I don't think. I don't think it's ever happened before. You can see her like really racking her brain. Like, if this has anything like this ever happened before in her life, and she's like, maybe there was one time when I was a young girl. There was a bunny rabbit. It wasn't a pet or anything. It was just a wild rabbit, but I got close to it and fed it a few times, and it hung around the house. My father said we couldn't bring it inside, but he always was there in the mornings. And then one night I heard this noise outside, and I ran outside and I saw a wolf, and I scared off the wolf, and the rabbit was there, and the wolf had gotten to the rabbit, and I went and I grabbed it and held it to me and begged it not to die, and then I felt it move against me, and I looked down, and it was still alive, and the wounds were gone. So I guess I have done something like that before, but it wasn't on purpose then either.
I wonder how we can purposefully bring that out.
Please
You could
don't.
practice.
Please don't. I don't know if this is where your brain is going, but it's where mine went. Please don't hurt other people in the party, so that I feel like I have to save them.
Fine. That's exactly where her mind went.
Please don't. Especially not a shy, please.
Fine.
I know you don't get along well. I know she's hard to get along with sometimes.
Right now, she's pretty agreeable.
For funny
She
timing
nudges your shoulder.
reasons.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Can a shy
No,
swim
she
up?
was. Well, I was gonna say before you do. She says, I'm sure you feel agreeable because she's not bad to look at.
Right.
I'm not mad.
You're not bad to look at either, Ireena. I'm just saying.
We can both be nice to look at.
I think we are.
And she goes and gives you a very light peck on the lips as Oshai swims up.
Oh, funny. We were just talking about you. All good things.
Somehow I doubt that.
No, it really was.
I
was just wondering if you did squats.
I mean, yes. Every morning.
She just looks at Reina and just.
I am very concerned about where I am sleeping tonight because I cannot step foot into that abbey, and that is the only place we can rest, apparently.
I guess you'll have to figure something out.
Ireena nudges your shoulder again. It's like, we can help.
Okay. We can help. And honestly, I don't think I want you out of my sight again, because every time you're alone, something happens. So...
I don't think she meant it in a bad way.
I meant it in a bad way.
Trouble seems to follow you, Ishai. I don't think it's your fault. Just...
If we can figure out a place to stay, I'll stay with you tonight. If only to keep my eye on you.
Where else would we look?
We could make camp. Which sucks, but...
Cold.
Very cold. I mean, it's better than nothing, I guess. Maybe there's an abandoned house?
We've done that. I'd rather not do that again. We can start asking...
I don't think we'll find a
townspeople.
haunted house here in town.
Listen,
Could
I
we
am still
stay-
not over the last one, so...
What about in the bathhouse? What?
Just want to sleep in here
You
all
want to
night.
sleep
It is very
here?
nice. You
don't
might be
know.
very pruny afterwards.
Honestly,
Well, not in the water.
I wouldn't mind staying here. That sounds wonderful. I've
Break
not
in
been this
afterward.
relaxed in weeks.
Is it closed?
Does it close?
Well, like, is it enclosed?
Oh.
Basil, you're sneaky.
I mean, it's an open air bath.
Okay. Is there any part of it that's like closed off, or I mean,
Yeah,
it's still
there's
a
like
shelter.
a roof. The place where you put all your clothes and the towels are is like roofed, but even that's not like totally enclosed. It just opens into the hot tub.
Suppose that is a problem for later.
Yes, let's keep that in mind, that we can come back to the bathhouse, but I say we all head to the tavern next.
Ashai dunks underwater and sees how long she can hold her breath, or if she even needs to.
You all see Ashai dunk under the water. 30 seconds pass. A minute passes. 2 minutes pass. 3. 5.
Should we save her? What?
Is
she drowning?
You are not feeling any desire to like break the surface and breathe. Like
Break the seal.
Stays down there for like a minute longer and pops back up. Robin, if you're
20
talking, we
minutes
can't
later.
hear you.
It's the celery again. That dang
Fucking,
celery.
listen, that time I
Never
didn't-
again, Robin.
I won't, but that time I muted because we're supposed to, but we're not in the scene, and I wasn't in the scene.
You're so right, Bestie. Thanks for following the rules.
So I was following directions. Thank you very much.
Extra hero point for Clara.
extra hero point for Claire.
No,
for
but like,
following directions.
I was like, Clara goes under the water, and she's like, she looks at us. She's like, thumbs up. You good? Okay. Clara goes back up, and she's like, she seems fine under there.
I guess she doesn't have to breathe?
I mean, she could literally sleep under the water and not have an issue.
Just come out
Don't know
looking
how
like
comfortable
a
that would be.
raisin, a tattooed raisin.
All right. And Ireena looks at her hand. She goes, I'm getting pruny. I say, oh, we seem clean. We smell delightful. Let's get clothed. Get to the alcohol, please.
All right, we'll get the alcohol next. You don't just want to steal Prospero's stein now that he's asleep?
Do you think he'd let me? I think he'd wake up in a cold sweat with me
That's
taking
fair.
that right out of his hands.
He has a
That's
sense
fair.
for it.
He has I feel like he has like a comedy sensor. It's like anytime there's a moment that it could be funny, just weird. You all get out, go, and your clothes have now been cleaned, so it no longer smells like 2 weeks of travel sweat. Towel off. Still a little pruny, but dry. You make your way back into town. And we're going to take a quick break here before we jump back into the town.
One narrative thing before we take a break.
Sure.
Reyna's gonna watch each woman get out of the fucking bath and just go, this is the best day of my life.
And then you see Wachter walk out, and he's like this.
Want you all to know, Clara is built like a 2x4. There's nothing.
Still a
on
naked
either
woman,
end.
though.
I know, but still.
Ashai has a
There's
six-pack.
nothing on either end.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
See,
Just
this is
Reyna's
how,
not
this is how
okay.
you know it's fantasy, because I'm role-playing as someone who's flat-chested. What's that like?
Yeah, you are not.
Okay, we'll see you guys in about 10 minutes at like 10:40. Be right back. Bye.
Bye.
The time has come, the walrus said, to think of many things.
Hello! We're totally not quoting Alice in Wonderland.
Nerds.
Sponsored.
I mean, I think that's public domain.
Public domain!
Yeah, so. Anyway, we are back. The party is just leaving the bathhouse of Krezk, looking for some alcohol.
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 Coffee.
Or coffee.
Right now, so we don't have to repeat it last week.
What are you guys doing?
Alcohol.
Okay, yes, alcohol, but
Is there a
Tavern, question mark.
What was the name of the old woman who we just visited at the general store?
Katarina.
Katarina.
You know, Ashai, Katarina seemed willing to put up with several things if we paid her coin. Perhaps she will chew up for the night.
She seemed very suspicious of me. I would not want to let her get closer for an extended period of time.
Okay. It's the thought.
you go looking through the town for some alcohol. I'll say everybody make, I guess this would be a perception check. You're seeking for a tavern.
Do we have to blind check the tavern?
It's blind. No, it's fine. It can be out in the open.
Well.
A 25.
You rolled a 28, Ireena.
Ooh.
A lot of good ones. I will say, like, as you guys are leaving the bathhouse and trying to figure out where to go, you do pass by the blessed pool again. And it was kind of there when you were walking past the first time, Ashai, but you were really focused on getting to the bathhouse. But now that you walk past and you, like, look at it, you have to look away because you can almost feel the energy radiating from this pool of water, like a sunburn on your skin. Yeah, and you power walk away from it.
And I power walk away.
Parkour. You all go looking through the town. You do get some curious looks. None of them are especially suspicious. You all did, after all, bring them a couple of kegs of wine.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
But most of the people are looking at you with curiosity. You can tell that they're not used to outsiders in their town. From the sound of it, the only real contact they've had recently with anybody outside of the walls of the city have been werewolves. So maybe understandable that they're a little standoffish, for lack of a better term. But as you guys are looking through the town, asking a few people, you're quickly coming to the understanding that there is no tavern in Krezk. There is no inn for anyone to stay at. The wine that you delivered is given out to individual households.
Oh.
There's not like a restaurant that serves alcohol we could sit at for a long period of time.
I mean, we did only bring a very limited amount of alcohol, and I don't think anyone's going to share.
We brought it, though. Technically, it's ours.
We already gave it out.
Don't really want to get on their bad side, though.
I mean, if Prospero's passed the heck out in an alleyway, we could just borrow his container.
Ireena's like, it could be nice, you know, like passing a drink around a campfire. Or we
Then
could
let's-
ask the burgomaster,
If we could camp, or
or if he hasn't distributed all the wine yet, and there's some we could take. But it didn't
great
sound like
idea.
there
And then Reina starts walking towards the burgomaster's
all right,
house.
I was going to, and just like turns to everybody else and is like, I was going to finish up and say I don't think they had enough to spare, but you know what? I made the bed. I'm going to lie in it.
I don't think we can stop her at this point anyway.
Yes, give me just a moment. The door cracks open a bit, and you see the burgomaster behind the door and says, "Oh, yes, I'm sorry, can I help you?"
So I noticed you guys don't have a tavern in town. Interesting decision. Now, I need to get drunk. I've had a rough couple of days. Is there any spare wine that you can give us, please?
Make a diplomacy check. Kind of hems and haws for a moment. Eventually says, I gave out most of the wine. You must understand that these people have been without any real help for almost a month now. They've been very down in their spirits. So some spirits would help. What you gave us was very limited to begin with. There might be one bottle that I can spare. But
Reina
that's
holds
really...
her hands out.
Give me just a moment. And he closes the door, and you see him go back into...
Needs.
Actually, he doesn't close the door. He leaves it cracked open and goes back into the house to go grab a bottle
Reina's
of wine.
gonna peek through the crack to see what she can see with her
Make
little
me-
eyeballs.
Make me another perception check, just for you.
Blind?
This one blind, yeah. What do your little barbarian eyes see? You see the burgomaster's wife still at the bedside. From this angle, you can't really see much of anything other than the fact that she's sitting at the bedside. It does look like they've cleaned up much of the mess from when you were there a little bit earlier. The broken plates and things. There are still some gouge marks. I will say one thing you notice is that there are 4 seats at the table. But you only know that there are 3 people in the building. There's the burgomaster, his wife, and their daughter. But there's 4 chairs. But that's all you see from your vantage point. And eventually the burgomaster comes back with 1 bottle of wine that isn't even like all the way filled up, and like hastily corked, and just hands it over and says, I really, really do wish there were more that I could give for you right now, but the people of Krezk desperately need something to look forward to.
Let us have this night. We will make a plan to go back to the winery, I promise.
I trust you, and I do believe that if you save the Martikovs and they are back at the winery, they will certainly make sure that they get production back up very quickly. I need to he looks up at the sky, and you can see like the moon rising behind you.
What
No
kind of
longer-
moon?
No longer full.
Okay.
It is just starting to wane. The full moon was last night. You just hear him whisper under his breath, 29 days. I need to go and make sure that my family is well and take care of other things. I do wish you all the best for tonight. Please try and find somewhere to sleep. I would allow you to sleep here, but we don't really have the room.
Do you know any other places other than the Abbey where we can rest for the night? Some of us are just not religious and don't feel comfortable in a religious setting, if you understand.
I'm about as much as they can handle on a good day.
I can understand, yes. Even here, there are some that the Morning Lord is they're not particularly fond of him. I would never out them, but there are always some who doubt that feel that the Morning Lord has not answered their prayers. You might take up with there's a smithy in town, Strum. His family used to be much larger, but most of them have passed on in recent years. Natural causes for the most part, but I think that he has some extra rooms. I'm certain he'd be a bit more open to it if you were to commission him for some work. He has regular jobs from the Abbey with sanctified blades, but he's always looking for something new and exciting to do that isn't more daggers and short swords.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for the wine. I hope you have a great night.
And he kind of looks over your shoulder to where you see the wagon is parked. You don't see Rictavio, but you do see Prospero currently snoring in like the driver's seat. And the burgomaster just looks and is like, maybe you should bring your friend with you. I know he's not entirely among the living, but I'm sure it can't be good for him to be out in the weather like this.
I'll see if I can get him up, but once he's gone, he's gone.
I can tell. He literally has not moved for the 2 hours that you all have been away.
Sounds like Prospero.
You could say sleeps.
Say it.
Like, I get it. You didn't need to say it. Please. And he just, like, in exasperation, closes the door. Doesn't even give a proper goodbye. He's just like, the pun was so bad.
Raina's gonna hold the bottle up. And then walk over to make camp somewhere? Question mark?
Did he not just say the smithy?
No, we have a place that we can go to.
Random missed
This
out
may
whole
be-
conversation.
Okay, do we want to do that instead? I don't know, whatever.
Jess just had a glitch.
I was like,
I do that
Froze
often.
for a second.
Oh, really?
Just that liquor.
It's the ADHD of it all.
It really is.
I would
Okay, then
prefer
she's
not
gonna-
to stay
yeah,
outside.
The ADHD city of it all.
Were you guys there with me?
we're like right behind you.
all went.
Okay, cool. So you heard everything?
Yeah.
Mhm. They didn't
Cool.
see what you saw, but I think everyone heard the conversation. in
All right,
general.
then yeah, let's go to the Smiths.
I mean, maybe
Um,
not really a weapons person, but Burgmaster said that Smith likes to make interesting things.
Maybe
I
he
could
can
always
make you
use another
some-
dagger.
Maybe he can make you some like knitting needles, but like sharp ones, and you can stab people with them, like out of metal.
Or silver.
One.
And you could
Sorry,
put
Shy.
them in your hair, like to have them like very easy to access.
What I put?
To like put up
Did you
your
just
hair.
go fa?
Also, it would just look really cool.
I'm not proficient with. Well, I am, but not knitting.
I think you should be proficient with knitting needles.
I mean, I'm trained in
me.
crafting, so wait, let me see if am I trained in simple weapons? 'Cause the favored weapon of my deity is a dagger.
It's kind of like a dagger. It's just skinnier.
I would consider
Plus
it more
6
like
simple
art.
weapons. I'm trained in simple weapons.
Hi, it's okay. It's okay.
You,
I'm sorry, I'm making too much
So
noise.
you start making your way over to the smithy. There is no banging of a hammer on an anvil to guide you in the town. Being as late as it is, you can see, like I mentioned, the moon is starting to rise. The light in the sky has mostly started to fade. Obviously, no sun to really track the progress of, but you can tell if it was in the sky, it's probably hitting the horizon by this point.
The clouds
do
clear
eventually-
at night.
Sometimes. Not every night. Only when it's dramatically convenient.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
You see, also the burgomaster did tell you the general area where you could find his house, and you do eventually come across very obvious in that it has like an outdoor section where you can see a lot of blacksmithing tools, and there is a forge and a smelter. Most everything has been put away. The smelter and forge are cold, maybe like a few embers left, but no one outside. You do see lights on inside the house, just a couple candles.
On the door.
What can I get you? I'm closed for the night.
Can you open the door, please? The burgomaster sent us.
You hear a couple of locks disengage, and the door opens. You see another a man behind the door, also dark-skinned, completely bald, fairly short, not quite Aster level short, but
Okay, rude.
almost. You're literally a small person. Like,
Just a
that
little
is your
guy.
literal classification. You are a small
Hi.
creature.
Okay.
And this black tattoo on like the side of his face, kind of framing his chin and eye, and looks at you and says, "What does the burgomaster want with me, or you?"
Well, he led us to believe that you had some extra rooms you would be able to provide, especially if we were to perhaps commission you.
You see him like about to be like piss off, and then you finish the sentence, and he just like stops in his track and says, "What kind of commission?"
Deadly knitting needles.
Well.
Aster
um,
walks up and he goes, "Do you have any rare materials? Silvers, stones, sister stone?"
How about,
Yeah.
you know how to do enchantments on weapons? We've been running into a lot of particular creatures, and some of my friends here like to get up close and personal with them.
The Abbey usually provides me with silver. Don't have any sister stone. So if you brought me some, that'd be nice.
If we promise to bring you some, can we come in, please?
See him like stroke his chin. Go ahead and make a diplomacy check.
Me?
I
Can
know
give
I
you a bit
started
of-
talking, but
Can give you a bit of gold just for tonight, just for your trouble before we talk commissions. I know it is late. I'm sorry
If-
to bother you.
can I
If
hero
I
point that?
help, I can add a bonus to it, right? Like depending on what I roll.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be a shy that did it, but she's the one that did it.
Oh, I was gonna
Can
say,
can I re-roll it though?
You can hero point it, yeah. And if someone wants
Worse.
to, yeah.
Here, hold on, bitches.
Ba 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 da ba.
Bop.
I
Hey.
could also offer you a tattoo. I don't know, please.
We can help find materials, or if not, I think we can come to a compromise for runes or something magical.
Don't have to
We
give
have-
me money right now, but you better really make it worth my while.
We'll make it fun.
Still sitting knitting
Tired
needles.
of sissies up at the Abbey anyway. And he like closes the door, and you hear a couple more locks, like, and he opens the door. Beyond is a very sparsely decorated building. Looks like it was once nicer and had a lot more things in it, but it has the look of like it used to have a lot more people in it, and now there's only one person trying to maintain it, so it's a little dusty, little rundown. It looks a little bachelor patty.
Mojo Dojo Casa House.
No.
Feel right at home.
There is a second floor, and he just like walks in. Has a bottle of wine that he has on his table that he's pouring like the last dregs out of into a cup, and just says, "There's a few rooms upstairs. One downstairs is mine. It's probably really dusty up there. Haven't really had much reason to go upstairs in the past couple of years, so if you can clean it, you can sleep in it."
Deal.
Very
Right.
appreciated.
Kind of looks at you all. Takes a. He seems to like take a particular interest in Ashai, and he kind of like looks at the. At first, you think like he's staring at you, and then you follow his gaze, and you see he's like looking at the weapon that you have belted, and he's like, "Sparkblade?
Yes.
I haven't made one of those in a while." There's with all the werewolves and things the last few years, most of the commissions that I get from the people in town or the Abbey are silvered. No time for anything very interesting.
What is very interesting to you?
Stuff like that. Although, I could have made that 10 years ago. Only knows what I could make now. Sorry, it's late. You're all probably sleepy. You can all go upstairs. I'm gonna finish my drink and then go to sleep myself, probably. And we'll talk business in the morning.
Thank you again.
Don't thank me, just make it worth my while.
Will do. She just walks up the stairs into one of the rooms with her bottle of wine.
You see him just like shotgun the rest of his wine. And just like slams it on the table.
And there's Aster with his little appy juice.
It's
Well,
still
wow.
holding on to the apple juice from Katarina's.
Mhm.
Probably got a jug.
I'm sipping my juice pouch. All right.
He has a
Mhm,
Capri
mhm.
Sun.
I have the little box of the Capri Sun, so I'm just like.
That shit goes fast.
It does. It really does.
So what are y'all doing? You all go upstairs? I know Raina said she's immediately upstairs with her wine.
Yes.
Are we gonna have a little round table party thing, or are we just go to bed?
I think we played 20 questions with the bottle of
round table?
Spin the
round
bottle.
table.
wine.
You find
Sure,
like
they're
the
there.
biggest room, and true to what he said, there is a fairly large layer of dust in this room. It's not bad. Like, there's not like spider webs or rats and insects everywhere. It's just
Hey
clearly
now. Rats,
it's just
my
clearly
ass.
has not been okay. I'm sorry for the microaggression against Aster. I apologize.
I'm a clean rat.
You are a clean rat, but not all rats are clean. But it is like very dusty. It's clearly a well-used room in the past, but has not been used in a long time.
Aster, you said you wanted to look at more of our special notebook, right?
Yeah, but I have a few things to hand out. Everybody, sit down. Find your places.
You sit down and there's a of dust that just kind of like immediately.
Okay, maybe let's clean up a little bit. Let's get up and clean up this dust a little bit. Open a window.
Does anyone have prestidigitation?
Or
I was gonna buy.
No.
We could shovel all of it into your bag of holding.
Absolutely not.
No!
and then use it as a weapon.
Put it up your sleeves, bestie. See how that works.
Sand. Pocket sand.
Does anybody have a
Jonathan,
Roomba?
I want you to know we have a new Pietro in the making.
We
and
do.
She's gonna be
Lord.
great.
Oh god, yes.
Love it. You take a quick few minutes to just like open one of the doors and just throw all the dust out as best you can, so you're not just breathing in. Like it's not just you're not torturing yourself with allergies.
Everybody roll for allergies. Let me see who's got what.
I just fail
No, this is my
automatically.
fantasy
No.
world. I don't have allergies here. Leave me alone.
I'm big, strong, sexy, and I don't have allergies.
Yeah, let me have
But-
this.
But actually,
No. I want to live in a world where I don't have allergies, please.
In this world, I'm
You-
not lactose intolerant.
You all clean up and sit down round robin.
Aster starts to reach into his bag.
I'm fine. I don't sneeze at all. I rolled a fort save just for giggles.
Great.
Raina's gonna
That's
start
fine.
just chugging the wine.
So the Martikovs gave us a bunch of runes. I
Ireena
was
puts out her hand to Reina.
Begrudgingly, she'll pass her the bottle.
I was gonna figure out who wants what. I think Clara, you mentioned you wanted a shadow rune.
I mean, I think something like that could go to either me or Shai. I just thought it would be. I might as well commit to the bit, you know.
That's fair, but also
Ireena is literally like halfway into her drink, and when you say that, she just.
I know what I
Sorry.
am. It is good to embrace your strengths, and I am powerful in the darkness and shadow. I don't know.
okay, let's see. We have a rune that helps stop persistent bleed. Helps stop bleeding. We have the one that make your clothes dark and help with being stealthy. We have one that you could put on a weapon that helps you trip people. So if anybody wants to put it on their weapon, help trip people. And then we have one that makes things have like holy or radiant energy on it.
In attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Oh, and then we have one more. You can put it on like a cloak or a scarf or something, and when you try to grab a ledge, it'll help you do that. Even if you don't have hands free. Like a
Well-
little magic carpet situation.
Like the idea of holy auras, but I don't really get up close enough to do like fisticuffs for attacks, so I think that might be more useful for someone who engages in melee.
Hmm.
Like actual weapon attacks.
I agree.
I might be interested in either the tripping one or the holy one.
That's fair.
I could
Well,
take the
also-
holy one since I'm the one
Yeah.
that hits most with.
Put it on your
My
your
weapons?
hands and just punch with holiness.
Well,
May the power of Christ compel you.
Get some like gloves or whatever, and just put them on the gloves.
who's
Power of
Christ?
Madame Ava compel you.
Yeah.
Madam Amos, Jesus.
It's canon.
I mean,
Try.
she did bring us
Would-
back from the light death.
Would you prefer to take the rune assistant stealth, or what would you like?
Be helpful, but I don't want to take anything.
Anything at all?
I already have
Mm.
this sword, so
Well, sure, you have a sword, but you could always have more than just one sword. You also get hit a lot, and it might help you to not get hit so much.
That is true.
Don't we give you the one that helps you stop bleeding?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
it's fine.
Okay, I hand it to you, even though I don't know how to do it on my character sheet.
You should
I give-
just literally be able to drag it off of your character sheet and
What's
put
the
it onto
character
her
sheet?
token.
So I have this piece of paper that has all my information
No.
on what I have going on. I take a lot of notes about myself and other people. I have one for each of my
I
other
think
people.
I think Ireena is sitting between Reina and Ashai, just as like a buffer. And
Yeah,
as
no.
like Aster hands over the rune, she just kind of like pokes Ashai in the upper shoulder, and says, "You need to make sure that you're all right, just like everyone else."
Reina,
Don't want you to die either.
did you want the one for tripping or the one that has the holy?
I think I'd rather
Positive.
have the holy one.
Okay,
We can give Chance the one for tripping.
okay. Chance, that means you have to be up and close and personal at some point.
Think she had to go potty.
That makes sense. It's always about. It's important to.
It's
use the
always
rest-
good. It's always good to
She
go
just-
before you go
She
to
just
bed.
Naruto runs out of into the bathroom.
Okay, with that addressed, I have the nectars to purify some barrels if we need some short-term solutions. And I have some salves that basically is like protective. So if anybody wants some protective salves, I was thinking of giving one to Ashai and one to Clara, and I keep one. Is
So
that
they
fair?
do.
So you put it on your armor. So like you spend a little bit of time. Let's say if you had 3 actions in combat, which is I know a weird thing to quantify, given the speed and the urgency of physical confrontation, but if you were to spend one of those instances to apply this on your armor a little bit, let's just say if I were to continue to add numbers into this situation, it would add a +1 to the circumstance of the current engagement, but it would only last for so long. And like, let's say if you were to get hit by something that would be magical in nature, let's just say like a random spell like magic missile, it would prevent that. It would prevent 5 points. Again, we're throwing a lot of numbers into this, so it's very theoretical. 5 points of damage from it, and then it goes away. But it also puts 1 to your ace. Let's just say if we were to quantify the amount of armor we have on our bodies, 1 to it.
Raina's
What is-
gonna like look at him with like an open mouth and then tap on Ireena, force her to give the bottle back.
She just hands it over after taking another chug herself.
So I think I'm gonna give 1 to Ashai because for some reason people don't like you that much. Hopefully I just give you 1 and not all 3 of them. My hands are a little full at the moment. Oh, perfect. I could just say I want to give you 1. and then I'll give one
You know,
to
people
Clara.
generally like me.
I like you just fine.
I think you're neat.
I think you're just dandy.
Okay, that's all I got, because I blew through like half my monies.
Well, got a couple of between our my gift from the Martikovs and the staff I picked up. Both my practical medicine and my magical healing. It should be I should have a little bit more to give. Oh,
We just need to make sure that you don't drop down first again.
that is true.
To be fair, I don't think anyone was expecting that.
I think that was lucky shot. But we just need to make sure they don't get lucky again.
Ireena just gives like a non-committal sound, like.
Reyna's gonna take her Taroko deck out of her backpack and start shuffling it, just purely out of habit, not for any reason, just because she needs something to do with her hands. And
Can you
just be like,
can you show me how those work?
the Taroko deck?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is said that it tells a fortune.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want your fortune told?
Yeah, but like, show me how to do it.
There's a lot that goes into it. You have to memorize every card.
There's pen and paper already out.
All right. She's gonna be like, okay, before I teach you the Taroko deck, what is our plan? When we wake up tomorrow morning, what are we doing? What's our goal?
Well, on a personal level, I want to see what the pool is all about and maybe see what's going on with the Abbey.
Perhaps we can split up and do a couple of things at once, because I will not be able to go.
It didn't end very well last time that we did that.
Yeah, maybe we don't split up. 'cause
Well,
I
apparently
think
every time we separate
Ashai
ourselves...
can
I
literally not go to
physically
the Abbey.
Cannot.
No. I'm aware. Maybe we just save the Abbey for like a later instance.
I mean, what if it's a fake Abbey and she can actually go in?
A
A
Fabby?
Fabby.
We're insufferable.
I mean, like, we have this rundown one. Why would they make another one?
It's true
I'm-
that the dilapidated shrines. I
mean, the one that you saw at the pool was just like a gazebo. It wasn't like a really significant. It wasn't like a fallen down building or anything. It was just a gazebo with a statue in it. The Abbey on the hill is like an entire,
Complex.
not enormous, but very large complex. Yeah.
The pool was giving off very real energy, so I can only assume that the Abbey will also. Are we sleeping in here?
There
Do you
were.
need
You
to go
saw
to
a
sleep?
few more rooms.
think
Ashai starts taking off clothes.
Ah!
okay.
What?
I think Mister, you said you wanted to try coding more of the tome, yes?
Yeah, I want to do that. But maybe like later. I feel like we're all having a nice conversation right now.
Well, perhaps maybe you and the Shy could stay here. Maybe me, Ireena could go take a look at the pool. Vance, I don't know what you would like to do. Don't seem a fan.
Splitting the party is not a good idea.
That's
I mean, at
true.
least at this point, we're not. Well,
But I
we're
mean,
not going into
if we're
places
not going to the
supposed
Abbey,
to.
I think we can just go look at the pool without a Shy and
It-
Aster if we need to do that?
It sounded like need to go talk to the Abbey, especially because we just promised that man downstairs things that they have.
Wait! Aster starts looking through his notes. Don't we need to go to the Abbey to find the sword of sunlight from the prophecy?
That also.
Adam Eva's prediction, yes.
Speaking of things that we're doing, I think we should follow the prophecy. I still want to do that.
It's a mystery, and I want to know what it means because I hate when people talk in metaphors. I want to know what the metaphors are.
I mean, Clara, we were talking about this though already, but the prophecy leads to the assumption that we are taking down a beast, which is implied to be Strahda, I assume. And you were
Yes.
saying that there's a curse on the land that is
So
influenced
there's-
by the Strahda.
Yeah, so if there's a curse on the land, and the land is sick, then Strahda is the land, so naturally there is a curse. There may well be a curse on her. Vampirism doesn't come from nowhere. She did not become what she is for no particular reason.
So
I
if
mean,
we follow
like-
the prophecy, we end up fixing the curse.
She also, Madame Eva also mentioned a very old tree, which is, I believe, the one on Yester Hill.
Is that in the prophecy? I'm looking through my notes right now, but I was focused on the sword bit.
I think as far as short-term goals go, we figure out how to help heal the Burgomaster's daughter to get their support, so then we can go to Yester Hill and figure out what the forest folk are planning with Strahda and her
Oh,
family.
I'm just mentioning that there's two within very close proximity of each other.
I think we all got some prophecies that were just about us. Was that one
I don't
particular
remember.
to you, perhaps?
That one was particular to you, Chance,
Okay.
yes.
I think what Clara said is probably the best way.
Need people on our side, especially if we had to. Don't know if we're ever gonna go back to Wallachia or if we have a reason to, but if ever want to cross that bridge, we're gonna need help to do it. People are stronger when they work together, just like all of us are.
If we focus on Krezk and help them, I think they'll be more willing to help us against another
Exactly.
threat against them.
I agree.
Shy is pulling out her tattoo tools and is in her little sleep clothes.
Reina, you asked about our goals. What do you want to do?
Ireena's probably staring a little bit at Ashai.
I,
Just a little bit.
I will go wherever you go.
But what do you want?
I want to finish this bottle of wine, is what I want.
And then
And then we wake up tomorrow.
Ireena kind of jumps in, kind of tearing her eyes away from Ashai, and just says, well, you know, I'm kind of in this with you all as well. I want to learn more about Strahda, so that I certainly wouldn't mind looking at the book as well, but I feel like Asta's doing a good job with that. But I don't know, there must be we've been so many places, but I feel like there's so many more we have yet to see. And even the places we've been, we've only scratched the surface. There must be layers upon layers of things to discover, and as long as we're finding things out, I'm happy.
We need to look deeper. Look at all the places we would never think to. At the people we would never have a second glance.
Second chance? Is that what you just said?
Second glance.
Second glance. Got it.
Reyna's gonna start like doing a reading for herself and then putting the cards back together and then reshuffling.
Did you do one for me?
You want a reading?
Might as well. Never had one done.
What do you want to know?
Direction.
All right. She shuffles the cards, splits them in half, knocks on one side of them, puts them back together, and then deals the top 3. DM.
I was like, how does this work?
I don't know.
Am I doing it? I thought you had a Taroka deck.
Not in real life.
Okay,
I do have
well,
one. I could go get it.
You want me to get my tarot deck? Is it the same
I've
thing?
got it. It is not the same thing.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, I don't know.
Sarah pulls
So-
out her new yarn and starts knitting.
Give me a second. Well, because now I have to pull out my Taroka deck.
I'm sorry.
It's absolutely
Also,
fine.
I said I was going to do everyone's reading in off topic like 2 days ago.
You did, but I did not realize I was going to be the one pulling the
How was I
cards.
going to get it?
Wow, the DM doesn't
How was I going to
know.
get it? In
Is
what
the
world?
that we're-
You could have asked, and I would have told you.
With the fact
Or-
that we're finally relaxing and having quiet time, Clara actually manages to make some progress in her knitting. I rolled a 19.
Hey, yo.
Nice. Yeah.
Are you making a
Alright.
tail sweater for Aster?
I haven't fucking decided yet.
My
Oh, yeah,
sock.
all I can think of is like one of the snake sweaters, like the noodle sweater.
Yes, little noodle. No, he already got a present. I don't know.
Okay, put a present. I don't remember where you put that stuff. Ah!
Here,
Ridley, you
hold on.
reminded me that Madame Ava gave us all separate readings as well, and I forgot about that until
Yeah, because
just
I couldn't
now.
remember. I was like, was that part of the same thing? Or
I found the message with the card, but I can't find the message.
I just sent you a couple of links, Jess, if you want to do it yourself, or one of them describes what like the meaning of all the cards are, and one of them is like a draw set.
Okay, if anybody has any other conversation they want to do right now while I'm looking at this, that'd be cool.
That'd be so cool.
Notice Clara has started to knit what looks like a little hat.
Ooh, little hat.
Hat.
What was I doing? I just got so sidetracked.
I think Irina's looking at Ashai's tattoos again.
She
at the
doesn't
one
cut that
you-
shit out.
No, she's like, what does that one mean that you're making?
It will help me see better in the dark.
Well, that
My
sounds
Ziggy.
very useful.
Hi, Ziggy.
Sounds very useful.
I would just have a narrative reason to address the cats whenever they hop up into
Yes.
stream.
Literally.
Anytime the cats jump in the stream, it's Ziggy.
It's Clara's cat.
Aster was spending a good minute looking through all of his notes because he realized he forgot a lot of things going on. But then he which he needs to talk to the DM about afterwards. But he looks up and sees Ashai's tattoos out again. and like scoots across the floor and is like, "Is now a good time I can read them? Is that can I do that? Is that okay?"
Sure, you won't be able to, but sure.
Well, actually, this is where I would like to DM
Yeah.
make use of my strange script feat.
Ooh.
Once per day, I can touch text, such as a tome or wall hieroglyphics, this being the text on her leg, and understand its meaning for an hour. If it's in multiple languages, I can understand all of them only for the purpose of reading her text.
This is a language, so you do reach out and touch her leg, and suddenly you don't see it like magically rearrange in your mind, but suddenly you understand it. You understand that this is a very old language, although to a shy it doesn't feel old. A language called Netherese, and a shy, tell him what it means.
Oh, I have sent him a Google Doc, sir.
Oh, wonderful!
It's gonna be like 20 pages long.
It's 2.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I guess I'm starting with the
now
beginning.
it's 2.
I know, for now it's 2.
I love how everyone's doing something that we're like, okay, someone else talk, and then they do something that's like, oh wait, I need to look at this. Someone else talk.
I know, right now we're like,
I mean,
let's
I'm
all
just
do
knitting a
click,
little
click, click,
hat.
click, click.
You notice there are some holes in the hat.
Aw. For ears.
Aww.
For years. Wait, a shy. These are dates. This is like a diary.
You see her face drop because she did not think you would be able to understand it.
Is this your diary on your leg?
This is the leg she is tattooing. She pulls it up to her chest and
I'm waiting
starts
for
like
you to-
hiding it.
Wait, your leg?
Yeah. Like she's putting her hands over it because now she's self-conscious.
Okay, I'm gonna pick a random date and just start reading from it. You can't hide it all.
No!
Love it. Yes. Chaos.
No
random date.
boundaries.
This is the one I saw. The air beneath my wings feels like freedom.
Aw.
I wish I was permitted to do it more often. It
Why'd
draws
you have
too
to
much
pick that
attention.
one?
Did you used to have wings? Wait, we talked about this. You did used to have wings. Why didn't they let you fly? Whoever you were with.
She like pulls whatever piece of clothing, like the jacket she just bought, and like throws it over her leg.
Terra puts a hand on Aster's shoulder.
Not everybody had a kind caretaker like you did.
Now I'm reading all your letters. I'm reading it like I'm not supposed to. I'm putting it down. Courtney's like, keep reading it. She's like, oh.
I want you to know.
I want you to know my little secrets. Aster like jumps to turn to Clara and is like, but I mean, she said I could, kinda. Oh gosh, did I do something without your full
No,
consent? I'm
hey.
sorry.
Oh, it's
I think you would be able to read it. It's very old.
Yeah, I don't even know what that date is. It's like really ahead, but also like the date here is triple digit. The date for you was like quadruple digit.
It was the year 3800 when I died in Nithro.
I don't even know where that's at. My concept of other planes is minimal, to say the least.
Time is a weird soup.
Time is a
Time
weird.
is a weird soup.
I always thought it was more wibbly wobbly.
I heard that once from a weird druid.
Not sponsored.
Not
Fun.
She uncovers her leg and just stares at you.
Me? All right, I won't read
Just
it out loud. this
imagining that
time.
it's unintentionally kind of sultry.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like
Literally
you're
just,
like, do it.
Extending the leg, like, look at my leg.
Ireena and Reyna are like, wow, and Aster's like, okay, I'll start reading again.
I feel like it's less sultry, it's a little clunky because she's got a hoof. Well, she has two
Look at my
hooves,
one
but-
toenail. It's a hoof.
It's just a really big toenail.
This is one giant toenail.
Okay. Are you guys?
Yeah,
Do you
I'm
wanna do
reading.
your reading now.
Yes, I'm gonna give chance for reading. So Reyna at first pulls 3 cards. She pulls Tempter, Dark Lord, and 7 of Stars. Then she looks at the cards in order and hastily takes them away and reshuffles. She does the same thing where she reshuffles. She splits the deck in half. She taps one side, puts that side on top, and then she deals 3 more out and turns them over. This time she gets Ghost, Broken One, and 1 of Swords. And then she looks at them for a moment, decides they're appropriate. And then she goes, so it says, so I did a past, present, and future reading for you. From these cards, it says that you have a looming past, and there is a return of an old enemy. You were in failure and despair and defeat. Something must be destroyed. Justice must be held for wrongdoings. And your quest is to rid the world of evil. So I guess moving forward, you will rid the world of evil.
Right wrongs and triumph over evil.
That's
I do not say that.
Does that sound correct?
scarily so. What were the first 3 cards?
They just weren't correct for you. Sometimes, when you're reading Taroka, other energies come into the deck. I just had to make sure the cards were right for you.
Whose were they for then?
I don't know, Ireena.
What were the meanings behind them then?
Sorry.
Like,
I mean, I don't think you'd want, like, if it was something that was, like, you didn't want someone else to know, then about your reading, you wouldn't want someone else to tell them.
If there is misfortune coming for one of us, though, wouldn't it be better to share? That way we can protect each other?
Maybe it's about the fellow downstairs.
Perhaps. I don't have consent from that person's energy in order to read it, though, so that's the #1 rule of Taroka.
You don't look into someone's aura without them wanting you to do it.
Exactly. Anybody else want a reading?
Aster's reading the leg but raises his hand.
Would as well.
Okay, give me 5 to 10 business days.
You know.
Aster leans up to Ashai, but like whispers this time. Who is Osibus? Osibus. It's kind of. Listen, Netherese is not a language I know. Osibus.
Why don't we discuss this in private later?
Who is Saren?
They are people I knew.
Why do you have your horn? Well, horn and a half, but the story says you broke both.
Fixed this one.
The one with the crystal? Is that the one? Was the same one broken twice?
No.
Out of character. So Ashai has the one horn that's fixed with crystal, and then is the other one broken off?
Oh, I was assuming they were... Okay. Thank
They're
you.
both
should
broken,
commission-
but only one has
You should
been...
commission the blacksmith to make you a new horn. Sorry.
That would
That's
be
pretty
actually
tight.
really cool.
Yeah.
That's a good
Like
idea.
a gold horn. That'd be really neat. So how did you fix it? I feel like I asked this a long time ago. You told me I had to wait.
I found a way to grow a crystal on it, so I wouldn't have to look at it.
How did you do that? Can you still do that?
Master, it has been a long time. It was 15 years ago before I died, and now it has been 1800.
Why did I spell crystal like Christmas? That doesn't make any sense.
What is Christmas?
I don't know. I think I just made it up. Thank you for letting me read it. I guess I'll stop asking questions now. You seem uncomfortable by the matter.
She goes back to her tattoo.
Are you like writing the next date in the entry? The next entry in
No,
the
this
journal?
this one isn't a journal entry.
Oh.
Oh, what are you just writing like doodling? Is that your sketchbook on the other leg?
Is doing an actual magical
An
thing.
actual magic tattoo.
Oh.
Magic tattoo effects in Pathfinder are like real fucking cool.
Much fun. Very wow. Do you have your next Taroka reading done yet, or no? Okay.
Esther, do you
Esther
want
is
to
hyper
try-
focusing.
Sorry, what?
I was going to say, do you want to work on meditation to try to focus your thoughts? But I think you already got the focus part covered.
He's like this far away from Shy's leg.
I literally, when my face was this on the screen, I was like,
All right.
"Ugh."
I have Clara's. Aster, I'll probably have to do. I'll work on yours, but I might have to do it in off topic or next time.
I'm sweating. Okay.
Okay, so she's gonna shuffle again, do the same process that you've been seeing, lay out 3 cards in front of Clara. I just decided to do past, present, and future as well for you.
Okay.
You see the artifact, the 3 of swords, or the 4 of swords, and then the 3 of swords. This is saying that you have an importance with something physical, some physical object of yours. This is from the past. Now, as of the present, you must find inner strength in order to get through what you're going through. I am sorry to say this, but your 3rd card says you will make a sacrifice. I don't know what that means. Perhaps you do. But that is what the cards read.
I mean, don't know what it could be. But, I mean, grow and move on in life. I often have to give things up. Become the person we need to be.
Take it with a grain of salt, of course. A lot of people don't believe in Taroka. I do. If it means anything.
It does. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I notice as Clara is knitting a nice little dark orange hat, she keeps glancing at Ashai and back to her knitting, and Ashai and back to her knitting. She holds it up. She starts knitting again.
Adorable.
Love it.
Damn, I wish Danny was here. I have a moment for Prospero.
I also did.
Guess it'll have to
Well, a bitch has a life.
I know,
Couldn't
how
be
dare
me.
he?
How dare he?
How dare he?
Oh, my
Um,
entire life is
do you
playing
guys-
with
Do you guys want to do anything else before you go to sleep besides finishing up that one Taroka reading?
I'll send it to him in off topic.
Before Clara goes to bed, I think she'll just died. As everyone settles down and it starts to get quiet, she'll try to meditate a bit, center herself, and just send a prayer out toward. It was the Night Mother.
Mother
that-
Night.
Mother Night.
I do not know who you are. I do not know if you can hear me. But we seem to be of the same cloth. Please guide us. Sit.
Make me a blind religion check.
Ooh.
Here it comes.
All right. You send your prayer out into the ether. As with most prayers, you have no idea whether it is heard or not, or if it was heard, if they plan to do anything about it. But you do it, and you can only hope.
It's useful to center yourself and organize your thoughts,
Sure.
even if nothing answers. And she'll go to sleep.
You all head to sleep for the night, unless someone else has something they want to do. Aster?
I would like to read the book again.
I was
Okay.
gonna stay up with Aster.
Go ahead and make a society check.
Ooh.
We live in a society.
Book.
Here comes the book.
Are we all sleeping in one
book.
room?
Spooning.
I mean,
Uh,
we can.
it's
Is there a
Spoon Train.
multiple?
Might as
Spoon
well.
train.
Yeah, it's kind of cute.
It's cold.
We had a whole
that's-
bonding
Just
night.
Yeah. It is you are out of the elements, so it's not overwhelmingly you're not at risk of frostbite or anything, but it is still bitterly cold. And just you all being in the same room and doing things together, your body heats have warmed it up a decent amount. And maybe one of you leaves the room to go to the bathroom and immediately just hit by 20 degrees colder air.
We'll stay in the same room.
Yeah, and you're just you know what? I'm gonna pee and then I'm gonna go back and we'll be fine. I take it you're re-rolling that one?
Because it was not blind.
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, that'll do.
That'll do,
you-
Pig. That'll do.
I'll do. Ashai is working on her tattoo and occasionally glancing over your shoulder as you have all your notes out. You're cross-referencing to older things to try and figure out the subtle details and changes in this particular entry. Sixth moon 350. You can see occasional spots of ink dot the pages, suggesting the writer pondered her words over much while writing. And by hour's end, you're pretty sure you've got it all figured out. And I'll reveal it to you.
This is adorable.
How dare you?
I do the exact same thing. Just a single hiccup.
Mine usually comes with a burp at the same time.
Sometimes I do that. Yeah, it's like whiplash.
I've noticed.
It just sounds like I'm being exercised a little bit. A little exorcism is a treat.
Yeah.
Just a light
get that.
exorcism is a treat.
Double checking for anyone else. While David is
There's
reading.
the bug I gotta kill.
You see one bug in the room, and you just see Clara step up to try and smack it.
So brave.
Got it. I got it.
Clara
Day
just
is saved.
nat 20. What about Chance? Chance has been dissociating a little bit. What's she been doing this night? Kind of.
Well,
separate
after
from-
that card reading, she's had a lot to think on because it was very, very on the nose. So the whole like ridding the world of evil thing, she definitely doesn't think she has the ability to do because there's just so much of it. She is probably like once everybody settles down. Near a window. Is there a window, I'm guessing, in this room?
Yeah.
Okay. So she's
The
over
one.
by the window, and the cloak that she bought for the day, the cloak of, or what is it?
The sleeves.
The feline rest, no. Cloak
Oh,
of,
that one.
yeah. And has it wrapped around her against the cold of the window, and it's just probably looking out, just watching again, just because she felt. Yep.
You hear very far off bay of wolves.
But she feels slightly that it was her fault that she didn't know, she didn't hear or anything when the carriage and everything happened. Because she tried to stay up for it. But... So she'll probably stay up for a few hours.
There is that fear and that guilt. But looking out the window, the walls of Krezk seem high and strong. They may have last night had an incident, but keep a lookout to see maybe it happens again tonight. But you can see like patrols on the walls. You can see in the near distance at the top of the hill lights flickering on at the abbey. All of the windows have candles in them, you can see. Although the bell and the belfry, you haven't heard it ring at all since you've gotten here. I'd say you're too far to see any figures, if there are any up there. You just know that there's definitely people living there. There are lights that are moving around inside the windows. But all seems quiet otherwise. Baying of the wolves lasts for a while longer before eventually petering out into silence, other than the usual noises that accompany nighttime. It's fairly cloudy, the very slightly waning moon peeking through the clouds from time to time. But all remains quiet.
She'll eventually just drift off from exhaustion from the day of having to push a wagon and all that stuff and just everything from the past few days. She's got the new staff that she has, kind of like a security blanket holding onto it underneath the cloak that she has.
Meanwhile, I hope Aster has finished reading. Or
You know what,
Before-
Aster? You know, you hyperfixate on a book and you're like, oh shit, it's 3 a.m. It's
Yeah.
No
Before
percent.
Ireena goes to bed, of course, she's gonna take out her journal, as she does. She's gonna open to, like, her next journal entry where it should be. Look at it for a second, close it, and, like, disassociate for a moment, and then put it away.
You feel a hand on your thigh, and you look and see Ireena looking at you with a curious gaze.
I'm sorry. Sometimes my journal makes me emotional. That's all.
Make a deception check. Blind. She thinks about it for a second and then realizes, like, oh, right. She knows what it is. She knows who gave it to you. And just, like, squeezes your thigh, gives you a kiss on the cheek. And she whispers in your ear, could always make some different memories.
No, because I'm gonna start crying. What the fuck?
Finally, someone else's turn.
Damn it. I think Ireena will well up a little bit when she says that, and she'll just look directly in Ireena's eyes and smile.
She reaches a thumb up to wipe away the tears that are threatening to spill over. And then whispers even more quietly, like, but maybe not tonight where everyone can see us.
No, of course not tonight. That will have to wait. Unless you want to go... No, not tonight.
I think our bits might fall off.
I was going to say, I think we need some rest after last night.
Immediate blushes to the roots of her hair, squeezes your thigh one more time, and then kind of like snuggles into her bag and rolls it as close to you as she can.
She'll like wrap her arms around her and just like get comfortable.
And you fall asleep in each other's arms.
Hey.
Big gay.
Can I say one last thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Aster spent a lot of time looking at the book and interpreting what was going on. Like a kid under a blanket, like, you know, when you're supposed to be asleep and you have your light on.
Mm-hmm.
I assume everyone's asleep when he
Why
turns the
stop?
light off and, like, takes the blanket off and, like, looks around at everyone. The only thing I was going to ask was...
Did you
Ireena,
say you were still up, Shy?
Yep.
Fuck, okay. Ireena, do you keep your journal, like, on you when you sleep, even though, like...
No, it's in my backpack.
Shy's not gonna fucking stop you.
Do it.
She'll help.
Do it. Aster...
Do it. I dare you.
Aster just goes over and just sees if it's, like, easily accessible. Because if it's not, I'm not gonna, like, make a
I mean,
big
it's in
deal.
her backpack, so you
It's-
probably
Right,
have
but,
to
like,
do some unbuckling.
You saw her put it in her bag, but her bag is not, like, really close to her. Like, it's not padlocked or anything. It's just
Yeah.
a regular adventurer's pack.
Okay, easily enough. I'll go over. And I'll open the bag.
Wait, I low-key hope this is successful because her journal's beautiful and I would love to send you the PDF.
Make a stealth check.
Okay.
Blind.
Okay. I have two hero points. I'm so stressed right now. Oh my god. Blind.
I will say you should probably use a hero point.
Thank you.
Maybe you shouldn't use the hero point.
I have 2. I'll use the other one. We're almost done. Oh, I can't use the other one.
You can only hero point once per roll.
Yeah.
Dang it! I was so excited for this.
What is your passive perception, Ireena?
Where do I help?
It's 10 plus your perception mod.
So like the perception,
18.
how's okay?
It's 18 DC. You are wrapped up with Ireena, have drifted off. You kind of like feel like a tickle in your nose and rub it, and in your moment of like half lucidity, you hear rustling sounds nearby, where you know you threw your pack.
She'll stir awake and then look over at Aster.
Yeah, and you see Aster
Aster does the thing that like kids do where they're like, I didn't do anything.
Aster, do you need something?
No.
Then why are you in my bag?
I don't know.
Make a deception check.
Right now.
This can be up front.
I can't piss off. No. We're doing this blind. Fuck you.
Ireena, he looked in your half awake stupor and his like getting caught with his hand in the cookie jar. He looks genuinely like confused, like he doesn't know what he was doing.
Did you want to play with my Taroko deck? You seemed interested when I gave you the reading.
Yeah, I really wanted to look at it.
You can take it. I'm gonna go back to sleep. You're more than welcome to take it. She just rolls back over.
My hand's in the bag. My hand's in the bag, and I'm like waiting for you to turn over, and I look at a shy.
What do you pull out?
The journal.
Okay.
I pull out both. I think I pull out both.
Okay.
In a shy,
take out both.
very just like carefully get up from wherever she's sitting so I don't disturb or wake anybody up, and go over to Aster because she wants to read it too.
Fuck.
Secrets are no fun.
No, they're about to know everything.
That's great.
Do you do this like really quickly, or are you being very thorough?
Aster raises the hand and is like, she just turned back around, like.
I'm very quiet. I'm getting up
You
anyway.
just like wait for her to fall back asleep real quick. You make some like busy sounds like with the Taroko deck, like you're looking at all the cards, and like do you have
shuffling
like
it I did.
Yeah, you have like the journal under your arm, hopefully where like she can't see it from that, and just like Eventually, you hear. I don't know. Does Ireena snore?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This bitch snores.
She snores like a dad.
Sometimes people you would expect to snore do not snore, and people that you would not expect to snore are just the loudest people on earth when they sleep.
Ireena isn't a girl that poos. She's a bitch that shit.
I'm a bitch that shit.
It's alright.
Eventually, you hear her snoring, which you've heard many times before. Take a quick look, like, is she really asleep? And she looks really asleep. Unless, is she faking?
No.
No.
If the deception check was
Yeah.
there, then no. She trusts Aster, so
And you open the book?
are you reading it thoroughly or are you skimming through?
Just the first page.
You are only reading the first
Speak
page?
for yourself.
I'm holding the journal. Okay?
Yeah, if you start to
Right.
put it down, I am going to take it from you.
I will now send you the first page.
Have it all written?
I have
She
her
sure
entire
does.
deleted. Hold on.
You deleted
Deleted
it. It's gone.
Jonathan, don't look.
I'm
Don't even
still
know.
looking. That's alright, you fixed it. Good job.
I'm so stressed right now. This is causing me bowel pain. I can't.
This was
I
your
will
idea.
send it in a group chat.
I hate
Is Shy reading it too?
Oh yeah.
I will send it in a group chat with both of you guys.
I'm a nosy bitch.
We know you are, but what about a shy?
I knew you were going to say that, and I'll cop to that shit. I am nosy.
I know.
Me too, bestie.
I'll leave people alone, but I want to know like 800% of the information.
Me too. I just want to know. Like, I don't want to do anything with it. I just want to know.
I'm bored. Entertain me.
We've given you so much tonight. Why are you bored?
No,
Why are you
no,
right
Giving
no.
you all the role play and more.
I mean just in general when I want to know the hot goss.
A hot goss. There's plenty of hot goss in this book. Did you send it to him yet? Okay.
I closed the book really fast. I
Oh,
closed it very
okay.
fast.
A
No, I
shy
closed it very
snatches.
fast.
Yeah, no, a shy
No,
snatches it
no.
out of your hands.
No.
Make an athletics check against Aster's fortitude DC.
We're not doing it. We're not doing it secret. We're doing it out in the open.
Yeah, this is out in the open.
Athletics, you said?
Athletics against his fortitude, or no, his reflex DC.
Ah, bitch, that's my biggest one. Fuck you. Bitch,
19.
it's a 20. You didn't make it.
I have another
You
hero
have one more
point.
hero point. Yeah.
No. What?
No, it's slightly lower.
Yes.
Why
Aster
athletics?
is slightly
Why
doing
not
the keyboard
acrobatics?
thing.
I did the keyboard thing, but then I rolled into a ball, and I'm like, don't.
Esther, I will wake everybody up.
I shouldn't have done this. This was a bad
Give
idea.
it to me.
No.
Give it to me.
I start crawling back to her bag.
I wait for him to
My-
crawl.
My tail flicks and slaps you in the face.
Okay. Do you put it back in the bag?
I put it back in the bag.
Okay.
Do you go back to your
But
spot?
No, I stay by the bag and I look at you. I go, no, this was a bad idea.
You need more sleep than I do.
The Cloak of Feline Rest gives me a -2 instead of a -4 to like hearing things happening while I'm asleep. Do I hear any of this?
Well, you'd still be asleep.
A
It's
shy
just like
and Aster make stealth checks blind at this point. Because this is a lot of talking and movement. Continue your conversation.
oh fuck you.
I will wait for you to fall asleep.
I'm a bad person for doing this. No.
No. I'm a bad person for lots of other things, but not this.
No, you're not. You're not a bad person.
You don't know the things I have done, Esther.
I mean, I read them. You killed somebody.
A lot of people.
But they hurt you.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I mean, no.
Aster lays over the bag. I will.
How
sleep
much
like this,
does he
bitch.
weigh?
I will sleep like this.
Can I come over and just pick Aster up?
You're not awake, are you?
asleep.
You're
I
asleep.
am awake. I'm 100% awake.
He hears Aster scuffling around, slowly comes to consciousness, and you wake up and see Aster like curled around.
All right. At what point is everyone waking up from all this nonsense?
It's still very quiet at this point. Their stealth checks were pretty good. It's just that because of the cloak, her passive perception is higher than your guys. And that's the only reason she hears Aster scuffling around. You don't know what's going on. You just kind of wake up in the half days and you see Aster curled around Reyna's bag and Ashai just like glaring daggers at him.
But did I? So from
You have no idea what's going on.
Okay,
You just hear
yeah.
them scuffling around.
Okay, I'm gonna get up very quietly, come over, it's like pick him up and be like, "What are y'all doing?"
I literally don't let go of the bag. I said, go back to sleep. Stop. You're gonna wake her up. You're gonna wake her up.
Shy, what is he doing? Trying to shake him.
Stop. Wait.
He was trying to steal from Reyna's bag. And I was trying to stop him. Ashai's not laughing, but I can't keep a straight face.
Hold on. I have to roll something. Jonathan, if I roll above a 10,
Rat.
I don't drop the bag. If I roll below, I drop the bag.
She's not shaking you that hard. Kind of like
No, it's
just
what
so-
she said. It's
Yeah,
what she
she's
said.
really so surprised.
Can I do a secret roll?
Flesh.
I can't do a secret. I can do a blind roll.
Just do it up front if we already know what the results
Oh.
are going to be.
No. And yeah.
no
Okay,
what?
what did you say it was again?
I
I
said
rolled a
over.
10.
You
Oh, above, I keep it. Below, I drop it.
Oh, no.
You all see Aster just like mouth just wide open, and then you all hear as the bag hits the ground with a loud thud.
And
That's enough to like wake people up. It's not like super duper loud, but at this point, like there's so much going on that you're just like, what the fuck is going on? And you just look up and you see Aster being held by Second Chance and Ashai just like glaring at them both.
My tail's whipping back and forth behind me.
did I like? Can I perceive that the bag dropped or no?
Or
Or I'm just seeing. I'm
you're
just too
just seeing
sleepy.
all this. Yeah.
Okay.
What's going on?
What?
Go back to sleep.
Okay.
Okay.
Why does
Ireena
Chance have
still-
Asta? What is going?
Stop
Was
it!
a misunderstanding.
I thought we were getting sleep. And
We
now-
are.
Are we wrestling? What is this?
Me
This is
regret
a
staying
pillow
in the room.
fight?
Can we all just go to sleep, please? I am exhausted.
I don't glare, but I glare at a shy.
I just drop Aster.
Well, that was rude.
I'm not that tall. He doesn't fall very far.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch myself.
I was getting smacked in the face by his tail, so I just drop him.
This is peak shenanigans. I love it.
I made a chaos move, and look what happened. I should
This
have
is-
just put to bed.
This is big not stealing Ford's letter energy.
Literally,
Reyna's just gonna give one more "shut up, everybody," and then turn back around to Ireena and cuddle back up.
Can I?
I think at this point, enough checks have been made that this is like you gotta wait to try this again if you really want to try.
Dang
Yeah, you
it, you
stupid bitch.
guys!
yeah, you stupid bitch.
Like it's like you
It's such a
could
good
try and wake
journal!
up all night.
I want to
Like-
show it to
like-
everyone.
people are too on edge. Aster is at a moment's notice ready to stop a shy. Chance is also like, there's just, you're going to have to wait at least until tomorrow night to try
Chance
again.
doesn't even know what happened.
Y'all have
We're
the
like in an
opportunity
awkward
to know
stalemate.
everything.
But
Good away.
Aster's a good boy.
No, the guilt killed me in that moment. I read that first page,
I
and
was
I
like, you're
literally
gonna
was
read
like,
the first page?
killed me.
And everyone goes to sleep for the night. Whether willingly or unwillingly, you go to sleep. You dream.
I'm gonna pick up the bag and put it in front of Ireena.
No, you're asleep, bitch. We're done.
No, before I go to sleep, just so it's like next to her, because I don't know if you were actually. I don't actually believe that you were trying to steal anything, because that is not how Aster is.
You don't know.
But
You don't know.
You know.
But so I'm just gonna put it next to her, so it's close to her.
You do that, and then you go to sleep.
Yeah.
Everyone goes to sleep. You dream, and then, unbeknownst to all of you, individually, you all begin having the same dream. You all see flashes, nothing concrete. You see trees swaying in a storm. You hear the creaking of limbs and old trees. The sounds are overwhelming in the storm, but you start to sense this through the rain and the wind, the sound of enormous footsteps. You see the trees swaying and swaying, and then you see one of them moving. You hear screams in your dream. You see a town. You hear screams from inside the town. You hear the sound of blood being spilled. You hear the sound of prayers, begging for absolution, begging for safety, for succor, cut short. You hear the sound of baying wolves. You sound of people yelling and screaming and tearing, which turns into the baying of more wolves. You hear a voice say, "So many different things happening. So many choices you could have made. Did you make the right one, you wonder? Or was there even a choice, a right choice to be made?" The dream fades away. You all wake up in the morning, feeling rested. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
How dare.
Yeah.
Was that Milwaukee? Was that because it was not the festival was today, wasn't it?
Oh shit, yeah.
I
Did I
might have
recognize the
something
voice?
bad.
Chance recognized the
Oh
voice.
fuck, oh no.
Thank you all for joining us for another lovely, totally not at all traumatizing
What
session
the hell?
of Curse of Strahda e Terra. We will see you again here next week.
Broke
You
the
can
druid.
find all of our stuff down there and over there, or is it over there? I don't know where. But it's there. All of our individual
Not bad.
social medias and things. Please follow us on them. Follow Fates Foretold on the Twitter and the Talk I think we have now. Not that I don't think there's much on it yet, but...
And our YouTube.
And the YouTube, where
And our
all of these
YouTube.
pods are being uploaded, and we're actually getting a lot of views for some reason, we don't know why, but thanks for watching if you are watching right now.
It's because we're all smoking hot.
It's, you know,
I'm
People
sexy.
can't get enough of me in my pajamas.
it's true. And
My
let's
sexy,
be
my
real.
sexy pajamas.
Let's be real. It's probably the cats.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. Have a good
No,
evening.
not sponsored.
Sponsored.
Not sponsored.
That's not even the sponsor. Like,
Not
that's not.
sponsored.